open on another plane, another place, where we see the old god Arius sitting on a throne of jagged hematite. Around this celestial force swims and swarms the inky gray expanse that is the in-between. The forces that lie between the light and dark. In front of Arius is a chessboard. On one side of the board stand 5 black pieces. On the other, 5 white pieces. And in the center, 1 golden piece. Upon closer inspection onto this board, 3 of the 5 white pieces have been knocked over. And the black pieces continue their advance forward across the board. Arius sits there, leans in, smiles, as they pick up the white piece that bears a crown. Arius smiles, holding the piece within their hands, and then simply begins to laugh into the nothingness around them. We then cut back onto the quinceañera as the Rat Queens had embarked towards the land and the city of Stridus, the northern capital of the realm of Christine. It is about noon, so about 12 hours have passed. As you left at midnight, the noon sun sits high in the sky over the boat. The waves seem gentle around you, and the sun beams down. There are a few clouds in the sky here and there, but for the moment, it is quite the pleasant seafaring journey as you make your way towards Stridus, the next location of where a Chaosium is alleged to be. We cut to the 5 queens on the deck.
Hey, shiver me timber. Am I doing it right? Shiver, we're pirates. We can be pirates again. It's very exciting for me because the last time I did this was a very long time ago, and you guys weren't here.
No.
What are some other pirate words we're supposed to use?
Shiver me timbers.
I did that one.
You did? I just woke up.
A parrot reference, maybe?
Cracker. Polly wants a cracker.
I don't feel like the pirates say that. I think
But you could make fun of your pirate for doing it, like oh, you have a Polly, you have a parrot. How silly! Yeah. I have a snake is what the other pirate would say.
Braga,
you're better.
I feel like Braga, you're the most piratey here, though.
I mean, I don't like boats. I'm not used to being on this. I also drank a lot yesterday, and I was like, you guys were out doing stuff. I was at the bar. I was at the
drinking is still pirate stuff. I think.
Great,
That's true.
I think keeping it down is probably more piratey than what I've been doing the last 12 hours.
I think that's right.
Yeah,
But,
sorry about your shoes.
What I've learned from pirates is that the ocean is your toilet, in which to barf.
Oh, I've learned that a lot in the last 12 hours. I don't know what's happening, but I don't care for it.
Betty, have you just been hanging off the side of the boat and doing your business?
When someone tells you it's a toilet, it's very freeing. You don't have to worry about rooms and doors.
So you have.
In fairness, when we were on the quinceañera before, she didn't understand what a poop deck meant, so this is an improvement.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, actually, I'm happy. That would make
Yeah,
me sick
this is
again.
better.
Yeah.
The world is
Just
your toilet.
You do you.
The ocean is your toilet.
Nice. It's true.
I'm gonna sit in the middle. I'm gonna sit in the middle of the boat, like right behind the steering wheel, and just that's it. That's good.
What if you
That's
lay
where Braga
flat
likes.
on the planks and become one with the boat?
I think that sounds like the worst idea.
Yeah, that makes me kind of nauseous. just
Yeah, like
thinking
you
about
even just
it.
doing that made me feel sick to my stomach.
Good point.
You see stumbling out of the hull of the ship, holding a bottle of an unknown substance. The bottle itself is kind of a cloudy glass. You're unable to tell what is inside it. Is this kind of stumbling young ginger human male who's just dressed in kind of a striped shirt and capri pants. Clearly someone who's working aboard the quinceañera, but is clearly having a little bit more fun this afternoon than normal. This is the Rat Queen.
I'd like to just grab the bottle from him.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Fuck. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Wow.
You suddenly this young sailor had a bottle in his hands, and suddenly there is no longer a bottle in his hands.
And I just swig it.
As you swig it, you take you take 2 points of damage because this is some really, really nasty old beer.
Wow.
That's just turned. It's turned. So you start to feel a rumbling in your stomach, Hannah. This is just horrid beer that is warm and has just kind of turned in this bottle.
And I go use the communal toilet of the ocean.
Which means I do as well, because if that happens, then I'm going again.
We see Hannah and then Braga, rush to the starboard side of this vessel and just lean themselves over. She just can't take the good ocean juice, if you know what I mean.
Hey, sailor, was that special pirate swill that only a true pirate can drink?
What? We're not pirates.
Oh.
You think we're pirates?
Well, I kind of thought everyone who goes on a boat is a pirate.
What do you think you are?
I'm a contractual merchant. I'm a sailor on a merchant vessel.
That's really boring.
A contractual merchant? Learn how to pitch yourself.
So like a pirate junior, like an almost pirate.
a pirate intern.
Like
You got
like
rejected from
apprentice?
pirate school. What did you say?
Apprentice. But yours was better.
Apprentice sounds actually way better than what he
Pirate
said.
apprentice.
Listen,
true.
I
Look,
work
my
on the
wit's not
ship, but you're all the Red Queens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing on the ship?
They-
You're going to the. Oh man, you're going to Stridus. Going to Stridus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Real sidebar,
Oh.
real quick. And do we need to tell everyone what we're doing?
No.
I mean, they are taking us there on a boat, so they kind of know.
Well, can we fuck with this guy?
Yep.
Of course.
Guys, do you think the number of stripes on his shirt is like the number of people he's killed on the ocean?
I don't think
This
that.
person?
I don't
no.
think so, Betty.
Unless
Sorry.
you mean by reckless driving, and yes, I do think that might be possible.
Or feeding them weird, bad liquor.
yeah,
True.
That's his bad beer stripes.
I mean, Hannah could go any minute now.
I thought this trip would be way more piratey than it's turning out to be, but okay.
Yo.
We can change that.
Can I get
R.
personal with this?
Yes, you can. Roll me 2d6 plus heart.
Oh, turn it.
Oh, it's
Unhinge the beast.
yes.
Oh.
Hey! Worth it.
Worked in your
Always roll
favor.
like that.
Oh my god, yes!
Like that.
Oh, 12.
Wonderful. With the 12, you can ask the sailor, Sailor Kenny, 3 questions.
Oh, I love their first name.
What do we have in common?
Listen, you guys like adventure? I like adventure.
Do
you guys
you?
save the day? I like saving the day. Never done it myself.
Okay. Okay.
You're the good guys. I'm a good guy.
What do you have that I need?
Do you want some liquor? I just got some more stuff. I also got, I'm on the boat. I'm just helping you make a safe passage. I guess I could tell you about. You've never been to Stridus. I could tell you about Stridus.
Okay.
We could also ask the captain of this ship is a little bit more seaworthy.
But you're like, the captain goes to the bougie. I mean, all of Stridus is bougie, but like, captains only go to Stridus to the nice parts. I'm gonna know like the ins and outs, the what to do.
Okay. Tell me 3 things I need to know about Stridus.
It's the metropolitan capital of
We
the
knew that.
realm.
We
I
knew
could.
that.
Yeah, I could have
We
looked
knew
that
that.
up in a book.
It's the capital. You got
Yeah,
that.
it was a metro. It's one of them. It was like 2.
I'm gonna need better, more personal information right now.
It's something. It's super highly advanced magic. Like there's carriages where it's magical horses drive them. There's no horse.
Wow.
There's no poop in the street. They just put a magical horse there.
Well,
and
we'll solve that problem.
there's all just like a bunch of just magic. It's just like it's wealth. This is such an industry town. I mean, if you thought Palisade was a poor Stridus. Poof. Also got the military army of the United Religions there who are just sitting there. That's where she's from. As you see Kenny point to Chloe, who has been kind of on the bow of the ship this whole time, just standing, kind of looking out. Upon hearing her name, Chloe kind of turns and looks at you all and just rolls her eyes a bit and keeps looking forward on the bow of the ship. All right, do you have one more question?
I do.
like you. I like your outfit. I like this color. You got. Oh,
Thanks.
We both have red hair.
True. Man, you've been really useful. I am going to ask you one more thing. And that's whose side are you really on, drunken sailor?
Whew. That's like a deep question. I mean, whose side are we all really on? In this life, it feels like we're constantly torn and we're on the waves of life, seeing where life takes us. Do we seek to benefit our own selves, or do we seek perhaps to benefit the better good of those around us? I mean, I got a job, I do it well, and hey, I get to adventure the seas and kind of drink sometimes, so it's a pretty swell gig to me.
You're a pretty simple person, and I can appreciate that. Well, thanks for these past few minutes.
Oh, you're welcome. Actually, I'm gonna go see your friend up here. She's from the military army of the United Religions, and we don't really get those fancy people on our ship very often. As you see Kenny start to kind of stumble his way towards the bow of the ship to then start talking to Chloe.
Is Chloe wearing a military uniform?
Chloe is kind of wearing, she's wearing her kind of, they're almost inquisitors. Her faction is, her group of the chorus that you once met. It's kind of this cream and kind of lightly orange and gold outfit. It's namely just like a shroud that has decorations here and there, but it's fairly simple.
Okay.
Well, that was very informative, I think.
Well, I mean, the magic bit, and also the military army, that's also info.
It certainly was information.
Well, also, let's not forget, she was a bitch to us before in the past. So.
I mean, most people are.
Just
We
saying.
kinda asked for it.
We saved the world multiple times over, and yeah, you're right. We're pretty.
We're good, but we're also like the worst.
Yeah, it's amazing how we do that.
Yeah, truly.
But it's like yin
I'll be right
and
back.
yang. Okay. It's like yin and yang, though, you know? Like,
Yeah,
we're good and bad. You can't have both without the good and the bad.
Yeah, we'd be too good if we were good.
Ooh, that's a good point. Yeah, I think I wouldn't like us if we didn't have, sometimes mess ups.
How
Yeah.
How would you know that we did good things if we also didn't do bad things to contrast it?
False alarm. I'm back. I'm
Oh,
okay.
very
Wow.
good.
I don't know.
I think nothing can come out of there at this point.
I think just some air sometimes,
Yeah.
just
Oh,
a
thank
little
you.
fanning
Yeah, thank
can
you.
help.
Suddenly, as you all are talking, and you see Kenny now kind of hobbling his way and kind of drunkenly swaying back and forth, even more exaggerated from the boat's movements to Chloe, you hear a splash from the other side of the ship.
Someone is overboard yonder, or had a big poop, but we should probably go check it out.
Okay.
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 Run over.
I don't know if okay.
I go over and check.
As
Yeah,
the five
I'm
of you
behind
head
her.
towards the back of the ship, as you reach kind of the edge of that railing, you see a figure now bobbing in the water. They're holding onto a rope that is barely attached to the railing of the back of the quinceañera. As you see them kind of bobbing and gasping for air as the ship slowly drags them, and you can see that the rope is slowly breaking and tethering.
Are we sure this is someone that was from the ship?
Hey, are you from this ship, or are you trying to get on the ship?
I guess. Okay, we should help this person either way, probably.
I grab the rope and start pulling on it with some strength.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
I couldn't hear your answer. Was that a yes or a no?
That was a good roll.
I know.
But guts, right?
Yeah, so that's not terrible. That's an 8.
Wonderful.
I had rolled a 6, but it fell out of the thing, and then it rolled a 1.
Wonderful. With an 8, with a mixed success, Braga, as you start to pull on this rope, you do pull this figure, you start to pull this figure up, but unfortunately, you're pulling a bit too hard, and your strength, one quick yank, and your strength breaks the rope in half.
Oh no.
And now
That
this
seems like a
figure
failure.
is falling back down. But they catch themselves right at the base of the ship, on one of the portholes, slowly but just barely hanging on, their fingertips beginning to slip.
So Braga has the ropes still. Can I grab it from her and just try to push it down so I can get the person to hold on
It's
to it?
not long enough.
Ooh.
Is it long enough for one of us to rappel on like the side of the ship and grab this person from the porthole?
I would say yes. It's long enough that you would have to then grab onto them. You could not extend the rope to them, but you could grab onto them by the hand and try and have someone else lift you up.
Which Braga you can definitely do.
Yeah.
Okay, you should go overboard and grab him.
Okay.
Okay, so I kind of like grab you and like hold you down. We have like a ladder kind of happening now at this point.
Great. And then
You tie the rope around the ship, and then you start to rappel down with Braga. You're holding on to the rope.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Roll me 2d6 plus skill, Violet.
Is Braga helping and gets to roll?
I will say yes, because Braga is technically helping. So what did you roll?
I rolled a 6. And,
Wonderful.
And the tokens are happening now.
The only person who has a token is Hannah.
Okay.
All right.
So Braga,
I do to earn that?
So I have a +1 with Hannah, and that is a 6.
you're bond with Violet.
Yeah.
Violet, unfortunately, you take a -1 to that roll,
Sorry.
and it's
So a 5.
a 5.
Sorry. So it went from a fail to a fail, at least, and not a success to a fail.
Yeah, totally.
Wonderful.
Great.
Violet, as you start to descend down, Braga, suddenly you start to feel yourself getting seasick
Oh, no.
again. And as you feel your stomach start to retch, you let go of the rope, and Violet, you are now falling into the ocean.
Can I try to grab
Sorry.
it? I'll try to grab the rope.
Roll me 2d6 plus canny.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's cursed.
Okay, yeah, it is great.
Oh.
That's it. Plus candy, that's an 8.
Wonderful. With an 8, yes, D, you're able to kind of throw yourself over the edge of the ship and grab the ropes, but unfortunately, this kind of just this jar, Violet, you are yanked and kind of you feel kind of your back kind of snap. It's almost whiplash for 2 points of damage.
Okay.
To who?
Violet,
Oh,
Violet just
fuck.
yanked pretty hard.
No big deal.
But now we see on the back of the ship, we see Dee hanging over the edge, holding onto the rope. Violet, you're just kind of swinging back and forth as the figure, the young person that has fallen into the ship, is still barely holding onto the porthole as one arm begins to slip.
Oh, goodness.
So can I reach out to the figure?
I will say yes, you're kind of swinging back and forth now.
And I just want
grab my
to.
legs.
When I go towards her, I just want to grab her.
I'm gonna hurt somebody. I'm not gonna help.
Just grab my legs. Scrape my legs.
I'm
just gonna grab her.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about it, and I just grabbed Dee's legs.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Keep me on the boat.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yes, we'll take it.
Maybe. It's good. It's good. With an 8, Hannah, you grab onto kind of Dee's ankles, but you don't have your feet kind of on the ship sturdy enough. You both start to kind of move towards the edge of the ship, and you're slowly moving.
We're doing a bad job. We're doing a bad job.
And then can I grab her? Can I grab the?
You can grab the person. Yes. Roll me 2d6 plus. I'm gonna say skill again.
Okay, I like that.
Why do we always have to save people?
I don't know. That's what we do. We're rackway.
Is it?
Bless.
Frick.
That's a 5. 5.
Violet, you do have one token. There is also 1 second chance.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Also, I did my math wrong earlier. I totally would have helped her.
No.
Yeah, I did the wrong bond level with her.
Makes for good RP.
Yeah, that's what I feel like.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Wait! But I have that is a 6, 7. That's a 7.
Okay, so now Violet, describe to me this mixed success and how it happened.
Okay, well, first the fail and then the missed success. Okay, so I'm swinging, and then I overcompensate and I reach above her head and then I just swipe myself, sort of punch myself in the face, and then I swing back and then I grab her again, but we're spinning like this, so we're just both very, very dizzy and seasick.
As you grab this person, you're both kind of spinning, and unfortunately, as you spin, you're kind of gaining momentum. You both slam up against the side of the ship. Ooh, Violet, you feel kind of like this sudden pain in your lower back as you pierce like kind of the back of your back on this wooded kind of decoration on the back for 5 points of damage.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, you guys are not very good at being pirates. Can I, do you guys want some help?
Where have you been?
Wow, you guys really seem
Please.
to want to practice being pirates,
So
and
Benny,
I thought I'd give you a turn.
What do you want to do in this situation? You see that Dee and Hannah are slowly almost making their way and almost tipping over the side of the boat.
I want to be like, hey, did you guys know you were on the side of the boat with all the fishing nets? And just lower a fishing net so they could all grab onto it and call out themselves. Because I learned a thing or two about boats on my side.
Roll me 2d6. I'll say plus canny.
5, 6, 7, 8. That's a 9.
Any tokens?
Tokens only for Violet and Hannah.
It's okay. A 9's good.
With a 9, Betty, you are able to find a fishing net, but it unfortunately is it's got some fish remains in it still, and it's almost got some hooks in it too. So there's some not so good stuff in this net.
Great.
Smells of the sea. It must be more efficient to use this one than the queen one. I throw it overboard. Just grab onto this, ladies. This is pirating 101, climbing up fishing nets.
So we just start climbing, and I start breathing just through my mouth, and then I'm just. Can this person help me at all? You think?
Yes, this person. You turn and you see a young man. You actually, for the first time, you get to see this figure in full form because it's been so hectic trying to save this person's life, and you were spinning and it got really dizzy. But you finally notice that there's a young man, kind of like. And as soon as this net is lowered, he starts immediately just climbing up like a spider monkey.
Well,
he's just going at it.
Save yourself.
Yeah. Go for it. I'm going to grab Dee and Hannah and start pulling them back.
I'll say you do that. But Betty, unfortunately, because it was a mixed success, this net is pretty rough. So you take, as you feel Violet and this other person start to climb up, you start to get a rope burn in your hands for 3 points of damage. You start to feel the palms of your hand now burn and turn red.
I'm getting the hands of the sea. This is very exciting, but it does hurt.
Braga, yes, you're able to, as Hannah and Dee, luckily you feel the weight from the rope disappear as as Violet and this individual have transferred over to the net, as you suddenly feel yourself being pulled by Hannah, who is then being pulled by Braga, as you are all pulled back onto the ship. Violet, you finally make it onto the deck of the ship.
This loser better be worth this.
I'm so sorry. See, I was supposed to be watching the pilot of the ship, training to be a pilot, but I slipped off the back of the boat and I fell right off.
A pilot of the ship? Are you sure?
This is the driver.
The driver of the ship?
The helm?
Captain? The helm.
The helmsman?
Helmsman, that's the name of it. I'm just an apprentice. I'll get it one
I'd like
day.
to take a dagger to this kid and go, who do you work for? So
Roll me
get
2d6
personal.
plus. I'm gonna say that this is.
This is
a get social, and I'm gonna say you're doing it with guts. So you're being pretty brazen with this person. It's almost intimidation. So roll me 2d6 plus guts.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. We're going to keep that. Unless I only have 2 tokens.
You have 1 token.
Yeah, we're just going to keep it at 8. You don't even know what this shit you're talking about.
As soon as you pull a knife on this person, it's almost as if their reflex kick back in again, as suddenly his hand just knocks your knife and it goes flying into the ocean.
Oh!
Are you a secret pirate?
Oh!
Do you know Kung Fu?
You seem real surprised by that move.
Well, just, I don't know, there's something in my blood. I was always meant to be on the sea. That's what my nursemaid always said.
You're like some rich kid with a
Frederick.
pirate fantasy or something.
I don't know about fantasy. I don't know. She told me stories all the time of how my father was a great captain of some court, and that's where he met my mother, who was another great captain. And well, they had me. I'm the son of 2 captains, and now I want to be a helmsman, or I'm apprenticing to be a helmsman, because once you know how to drive a boat, then you can command it.
Have you ever been on a boat ever before?
I've been on the Quinceañera for about 2 months now.
All right, I'd like your dagger.
Wow.
What?
I'd like you to repay me. You're a rich kid. I'd like to have whatever weapon you have because you just lost me a weapon.
I don't have any weapons on me.
I think that's a lie.
I don't.
I think it's a lie.
Oh, you can check my pockets.
How big is this person?
This is like a 17-year-old boy.
17.
17-year-old human boy.
Okay.
See that he has this like jet black hair and like these piercing emerald eyes.
What's your name, kid?
My name's Frederick. Frederick Barnson.
Barnson.
Okay.
Do I recognize the name?
You can roll me 2d6 plus. I'll say canny. I'll say it's a get situated.
Okay. That's a 7.
A 7.
The last name Barnson, it kind of piques your interest, D. It's almost you've definitely heard that name before, but you just can't put your finger on it. But you know that that's a well-known name.
Hey, D, is this guy like a secret chosen one or something? Because I feel like this has happened to us before.
Oh, wow. I don't know, but Barnson sounds familiar.
We also might have just gotten in the way of fate, and this child was supposed to die. And instead, we just saved something that's going to be our downfall.
Do you
later
remember
on.
the "we're the worst sometimes" conversation that we had? Because this feels like one of those "we're the worst" conversations.
Right now?
No, we saved him. We got it.
We did save him. I'm just saying.
I know, but like wishing that the kid was dead doesn't feel like the best rat queen.
Fate is fate.
You're the Rat Queens?
Oh, hi. Yeah.
Oh, my captain has actually talked a lot about you.
Oh, really?
We know her well.
Captain Mona?
What? I don't know or what.
Mona Bernhoff
Oh.
Riviera.
Yeah, she's our friend.
She's our friend.
Okay.
Oh,
Had a
cool.
previous adventure about learning how to be pirates, in which we did not do super well. with
Well, we
that.
kicked the pirates' asses before the cloud god came.
Sorry, what?
It's a long story.
That seems preposterous.
It's pretty cool.
Hey,
She was pretty hot.
guys, maybe we should talk to the captain about because I don't think this kid knows anything.
Oh, you want to go talk to the captain?
Yes.
I can take you to the captain.
That would
Alright.
be
Can
great.
see-
I mean, I do owe you, in essence, a life debt, as you saved my life. So anytime you need a token or a favor, you can call on young
Wait,
Frederick.
can we get a token?
How are
Like a
how old?
Why do you ask me a token like that?
Well, 'cause
No,
you
I'm
said
just very
token.
sick. Yeah.
I meant a token as in like the word of a sailor. You
mean
have
like-
the word.
How
You have
rich-
the word of a gentleman.
How about money?
How rich are you?
Money.
Oh.
Just out of curiosity.
Out of curiosity.
Like on a scale of 1 to rich.
Because we're like saving the world right now, and
Yeah.
We need a fund.
sponsors.
like a patron.
Yeah.
Do you know like a patron of the arts? We've been like a patron of the heroes.
Yes,
We see.
because we saved your life.
We did.
My parents disappeared when I was quite young, and I was just raised by my nursemaid. And well, I did live in quite luxury and comfort. Why, I left it all behind so I could journey the sea and fulfill my destiny. I didn't want my parents' riches to weigh me down. I wanted to find my own path, make my own riches.
You're that rich. That's a very
Wow.
rich kid.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
really
it's
rich.
really
I want
Yeah.
to just slap him on the side of his head, like idiot.
Roll me
Oh,
2d6
shit.
plus guts.
This kid is gonna kick my ass. 6, 7, 8 again. Yeah, 8. No, how do you do math? 6, 7, 8. Yes.
With an 8, I say you do thump him, but then he just kind of... Well, Why did you just hit me?
Because you're stupid to leave all that money behind. You don't need to leave your money in order to find the world.
Hey. You know what? I'm sorry on her behalf. Because, you know what? Your family doesn't define you. Nobody's does.
That is true.
That's a good point.
I agree with that point.
So you do you, right?
I don't apologize for my behavior.
I apologized for you.
Well.
So too late.
I'm an adult.
We'd love to go see the captain, if you don't mind.
Okay.
And we'll try to keep our violent friend away from you.
We're not gonna. She's gonna find a way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
I said try.
I marked you.
Operative word.
No, that's not a mark. She just slapped you. She didn't mark you. She's being weird. now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please get active in the chat. It's time to vote on that first poll.
Yikes.
Thank you. As Frederick begins to lead the 5 of you kind of back off of it's that kind of ship that has almost the 3-tiered decks in the back. So you ran up to the highest tier of deck. As you begin to climb down, you pass the wheel where the helmsman is, kind of, Frederick, where did you go? You're supposed to be watching me, but
He fell off the boat already. We had to grab him.
We saved him.
Frederick!
Is there a reward for saving crew members?
I mean,
We used a fishing net and everything.
you use that fishing net.
I still smell like it a little bit.
Oh, don't bring it up.
A lot.
Don't bring it up.
You smell like it a lot.
No,
No,
Don't
we're
bring it up.
more
Don't bring it up.
piratey for the experience. And closer as friends.
That was a nasty catch we had there. But go inside. See Frederick as well. He can't learn to be a helmsman if he's under the weather. Or we just fell off a boat and is not feeling super good.
Frederick, you're not feeling good? Frederick?
No, I'm not.
Is it because she hit you or because you fell off a boat? Because the other thing, that's not our fault. That's her.
Frederick's just kind of in silence as he leads you towards the captain's quarters. And the helmsman just kind of... Okay. Looks on.
Hey, what do you know about this kid?
Oh, you're talking about Frederick?
Yeah.
Well...
What other kid would...
Well, I know that, his folks are very well known.
Who are his folks?
Folks, the great Admiral Burnson.
Oh, the Admiral
Yes.
Birdson.
The great
Wow.
Admiral.
Wow.
Burnson or
Admiral.
Barnson?
So he's a pirate
Wow.
admiral?
No, he was the Admiral of the Navy.
Oh, a
Oh, because
regular.
he said pirate.
Wow.
Well,
wow.
no,
Did he?
his
Maybe.
mother's the pirate.
Oh, my.
A
Wow.
love of the seas.
This is like a romance novel.
Indeed, it is a love of the sea.
Is that why you know the story?
Maybe. Oh, yeah, it is.
Is that a good
I
one?
read about them.
You see, he captured her,
It's dirty.
and she captured his heart.
Oh.
And well, the
And other things.
two escaped, and well, they had a child. But then, well, the Navy wasn't too happy that she was still wanted. They weren't happy that their admiral wasn't doing anything about this
Sounds like he was.
pirate queen,
Sounds like he was doing a lot of things about her.
and so they had to go into hiding. They left on the ship. It came across a storm, and they died.
Oh, that got sad at the end.
Betty is walking away with Frederick and just covering his ears. Let's go down to the captain. Shh, 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 shh. Don't listen to this one.
I thought he'd already got it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're right here.
Yeah, Frederick is already down by the door, so
Yeah,
Betty, you
okay.
run over to where...
I thought so.
I guess I thought he already knew his parents' story, but...
He said he said that they went missing.
Oh, that's
when
right.
He was a kid.
Yeah, okay.
See, yes, if we try to keep it under wraps.
Oh, poor kid.
Not that hard,
I
apparently.
mean, you just told us so without
gonna-
Well, I
much.
mean, it's known throughout the ship, but whenever he docks, we try to tell him not to use his last name.
I see.
As people might interrogate him to try to find out the whereabouts of his treasure, his family's
there's a
fortune.
treasure?
Well, his family's fortune.
Okay.
He owes us tokens.
Yeah,
so
he's not
there's a
doing a very
treasure.
good job.
And obviously, we would never hold him to that, but just good to know the context of the full situation.
Yeah. We would never.
That's why he stays on the sea, so no one can find him.
Wow. Seems sad, really.
kid.
Just
Yeah.
can't just be who he is. And
Yeah.
Well, it seems odd.
It's kind of tragic.
Yeah.
Wait, so does he know his parents are dead?
No.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
When are you gonna
man,
tell
that's
him?
not
Yeah, I mean,
cool.
he's 17.
It's awkward
Yeah,
now.
he's
not
not
like
6.
He's not a small child.
We've been working on having the talk with him.
That being said,
How do
he
you work
really,
on it?
He responded really poorly to me hitting him in the head, like very
That's-
poorly.
Most people respond poorly to being hit in the head,
He's still
Hannah.
acting like it hurts him. There's no way it hurts him. Obviously, he was coddled by his
We
nursemaid.
just dragged him out of the ocean. You smacked him. What do you think he's supposed to do?
Yeah. Yeah, we disagree with you here.
Yeah.
Hannah.
Yeah.
You're kind of being
Yeah.
a bad person here.
Yeah.
Listen, why don't you go talk to Captain Mona? I know she's been wanting to speak with you ever since you came aboard, and I believe that's where Frederick was leading you.
Yep,
Yeah.
we'll go. We'll go.
Yep. We're on the way to the captain, all the way over here.
Yep.
Nothing weird going on.
Okay.
Okay.
Does the boat move less inside the buildings? Because that would be really helpful.
You don't, it's kind of a motion thing where you don't see it as much.
Oh, let's go in there.
And
Let's
there's chairs. There's chairs.
Yes, let's go where the chairs and the
chairs.
not moving are. And it's something to settle the stomach. What do you guys have? Like, you gotta have passengers who this is
We've
not
got hardtack and bread, some citrus, and
Yeah.
some salted meat.
I'll take all of them. The tip of the meat, because that seems like it's not gonna last.
Salted.
It's salted.
Okay. No, I meant like, okay.
I get it. As the four of you then meet Betty, who's now kind of standing at the door where Frederick has kind of begun to enter.
We're all here together. We were definitely all together this whole time. Let's go, team.
All right.
As the five of you enter, you see that Captain Mona is talking to a unique passenger on the ship. The garments on this passenger you do somewhat recognize. You've seen them on other people before, people who you have crossed paths with. You see that this individual is pretty stout and short, dwarven man with kind of this almost platinum blonde beard, and you see this platinum braid kind of coming out the hood that is on his head. His robes have a very triangular look to them as they are decorated in these triangle-like designs. And he stands there talking to Captain Mona as he just plays with a puzzle box in his hands. Captain Mona and this gentleman are talking, and then... Oh, there you are. Oh, good to see you.
We found this kid off the side of the boat, and we rescued him also.
Oh, Frederick, are you all right? As you see her approach Frederick and kind of tousle his hair in almost a somewhat motherly way. She kind of brushes the sea salt off of his shoulders, and he kind of impishly, after being smacked on the back of the head, and flip off the side of the boat, not feeling super great right now, as Frederick just kind of impishly stands there and... Well, I was supposed to come bring them to you, or bring them to you, and so I'm gonna go up and be on the helm again. Okay, Frederick, is everything okay? You all right? Yeah. Do you see Frederick just kind of hang his head a bit as he exits the captain's quarters?
Thank
and
you,
heads back
Frederick.
out to the helm.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks.
You directed us like a good helmsman to the room.
Oh, God.
Piloted us.
Hey, Mona, how many times has this happened where you fall off the boat for like no reason?
You see Mona just kind of... Frederick's a funny boy. The sea's in his blood. Both of his parents, so we're seafaring folk, and well, I don't know, it calls to him. He always wants to go up to that crow's nest. I would not be surprised if he was feeling antsy again, tried to use a rope to climb up to the crow's nest, and then somehow lost his footing, was thrown around by the wind, and then just kind of, in an effort not to crack his back on the deck, kind of jumped off the side of the ship. I don't know, the boy's he's a young boy, he's a young person, just trying to find his way, and the ship is the only place where he can explore, and I would do anything if I could get him somewhere else, but I can't.
Why?
Oh, that's for me to know. Just everything is safe with him with me.
Great.
It's good that he has you looking out for him.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm trying, honestly, while also trying to run a business, and so this is why I didn't have kids. This is why I didn't do that. Just always working. Didn't think I had time for it.
And you ended up with one anyway.
I did. Oh, I did.
Fate laughs at us. We try to make our own.
Where did you hear that?
It's like a poem that we've been dealing with. Something along. It's not. Don't worry. I just read it somewhere.
You see the hooded man just smiles. Well, we are at least a day's away from Stridus. That is where I've been hired to take you all. Of course, we will dock there. We are supposed to dock there as per contract with the military army of the United Religions. We are supposed to dock there until you have completed whatever you are doing there, and then we will take you back home. We have been contracted to stay in the port for that time.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it's a...
Pretty sweet.
I tell you, it's a lot of coin that the military army of United Religions, the MAUR, has put onto this hiring of you. Hannah, Betty, I know we go back somewhat. Please let me know if everything's okay. I mean, this seems to be one of the biggest jobs that you've ever had, or I've been paid to escort someone. This is the kind of money they only spend on politicians or royalty.
We are queens.
Unless you're secret, I mean...
Well, we're the queens.
We're the rat queens.
This is royalty right there. Wink, wink.
You walked into it. And
Yeah.
I did walk into it. Yes, I did.
We have, saved the world, a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm. I have heard of that. You'd be surprised how fast word travels here in the realm. Yes, there's even talks of you all the way in Stridus, which is unbelievable, especially of your escapades in Cascasaria, how you saved that gambling town of wealthy to-dos.
Yeah, giant
Yeah.
sandworm.
That's right. There was a giant sandworm.
That was us.
That was it. That
some,
happened.
Some of us. Some of us
Yep.
got to miss out on that.
Well,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what? Some people were dealing with a lot of different types of things.
No, it's fine. No, I got to hang out in the crystal.
But generally, the group.
Yes. You were still represented. And
Yes.
Get
I
credit
know, it
for
just would have been fun to fight a giant worm.
It was pretty fun.
I bet it was.
It was really gross.
It was also that.
Listen, if there's anything I can do to make your accommodations more accommodating, you let me know. But yes, I believe my friend here actually wanted to talk to you. He is also headed to Stridus as well, and said that you are quite familiar.
Yeah.
What's up, puzzle boy?
Here, I'm going
Yeah.
to go check on everything up top. I'm just going to go check on Frederick one more time, and perhaps I'll bring back some libations that we can all share.
Oh,
That
thank
sounds
you.
great.
Yes, that's what we
Thanks,
need.
Captain.
Pro tip from other pirates that I've read about: you can tie someone to that crow's nest, they'll fall off it, or just pull a little rope, kind of like a bungee situation. So if he jumps off again, just goes boing and goes right back into the. I read about it. I think it's a real piratey thing to do.
Yeah. Sounds like a good
Tie
plan.
yourself to things on the boat.
I'll keep that in mind.
Pirate stuff. You guys wouldn't understand.
All right. Well,
No, I know I dress like I probably am wearing my pirate outfit.
you're actually on your Braga gear
Okay,
again.
cool.
Everyone's
Yeah.
kind of back in their original gear with their original weapons, except you're down a dagger now.
Correct. Little shit.
I like the idea that I'd be wearing my pirate gear. That would be terrible being on a boat.
Irony.
I am wearing my hat. I did put that on.
Your tricorn.
Yeah.
Also, yes, you're wearing your tricorn. As Captain Mona Bernhoff Riviera proceeds to exit her quarters, the platinum blonded, bearded dwarf just smiles as he focuses on his puzzle.
So, what's up, triad dude, I'm guessing?
Yes. Hello, Dee, Braga, Violet, Betty, and Hannah.
Why isn't Ben here?
Well, you see, we're watching all corners of this world for a great number of things. See, as more chaosiums rise. More chaos does as well. We're trying to keep a handle on things, and well, I haven't gotten much out in the last couple of years, and so I petitioned myself to come watch you all for a bit.
But Ven's okay.
Oh, Ven's fine. Ven, I believe, is actually in between scouting. Ven is actually training under Krona, I believe. Yes, even though our dear friend passed, our previous time warlock, it seems that Ven, even though being a forest druid, has now taken upon her fond shoulders to then become a druid of time. Something quite unheard of, but Krona seems very keen to Ven's abilities. Yes.
What's your special ability?
Puzzles?
You see, the other two members of, well, the Triad with me specialize in huge amounts of magic. Very potent, strong, powerful magical beings, where I did not make it into the Triad. I was not selected for my abilities, my strength, my mystical power, but my mind. As you see him finally click the box, and inside it opens to be a small music box that just begins to play a gentle tune.
Is that the first time you've ever solved it, or
No,
did you just do that for a dramatic effect?
I just always carry puzzles with me.
Did you have it like ready so that like right when you said my mind it would click open and you could look really cool?
That's for me to know,
Yeah,
and for
that's
you
what he
not
did.
to
That's what he
know.
did.
I think we
Yeah.
know. I think we
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
unimpressive in its theatrics, but just kind of clear on its
Yeah.
face.
We like a
also.
showman.
Yeah, we know now, though. So.
There is a unique man in Stridus who's known for toys and puzzle boxes. I'm very curious to pick up some more on my own. You see, I'm a simple blacksmith with the sharpest of minds.
Well, so you're going toy shopping, or are you gonna help? Or are you helping us save the world? I'm
Or
confused
do we
about-
need to know about the toy shop in
Or is
order
it-
to save the world?
Yeah.
Just some context.
Is it important information, or should we just forget this right away?
Wow, this is beautiful.
I like that.
I feel like
God.
Can you make daggers? Because Hannah needs a new dagger.
Shit, yeah.
Wow, this is so pretty.
I do.
Do you have one right now?
Oh, I like it.
No.
Wow. Dee, this reminds me of some of the music you play. Dee's a beautiful musician. I don't know if you knew that. Wow.
no one's supposed to hear that.
I mean, our bard off was pretty damn good.
That's what I hear.
I promised I would never publicly play music again, and I intend to keep to that promise.
It's just you're robbing the world.
I have other skills.
Don't we
Speaking
all?
of that, I must ask, how are you all doing?
Why do you give a shit?
We're good.
Because
I mean,
you're-
health-wise, my back is killing.
Oh, yeah, we got a lot of.
Yeah, are you bleeding?
Yeah, I'm
problems.
hurting a lot.
Perhaps we can look for something that can aid that, but
Oh, is it like a musical, like a healing song, or is it just music, or is it a clue?
nice.
Does it unlock a puzzle later?
I think we're really bored on this boat.
Oh,
Oh my god, that's it.
probably.
I think we're just trying to like find something.
That's why I hurt the kid.
Yeah.
That's why
I
I
mean, that's because you're also just a
Sure.
violent
Yeah.
person.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, you know how some people are really mean when they're hungry? I'm like really mean when I'm bored.
do you
Yeah.
You must be
believe that
bored a
you are?
lot.
Do you believe that you are agents of chaos or good, rat queens?
What is with these questions,
Yeah.
Triad guy? I want to get personal.
Yes, good. Thank you.
Roll me 2d6 plus heart.
7.
You get one question.
What is your agenda?
Simply to ensure that this world carries on and is preserved. The threat that we are facing, the threat that you are combating. I'm gonna close this now. The song ended. I'll wind it up later if I feel like it.
Once again, very good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We're gonna solve that puzzle again.
Fucking greatest showman over here.
We know when Frederick comes back, you should open it for him again because he'll blow his
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, and
Child.
we'll just act like we'd never seen it before.
Yeah.
We'll be like, oh my god, it's music.
Listen, I may not be the only one in the organization, the only one in this realm that is having perhaps doubts about you all being the ones to save us.
Doubts?
I got news for you. A lot of people with doubts about us. It seems like kind of our thing.
We doubt ourselves.
Yeah, we, peaks and valleys.
Mm-hmm. Peaks and valleys.
But we also did, we've, broken a lot of those skull things. We've done a pretty good job.
Yeah, our track record is, we're doing
I
2
killed
for 2.
that little monster one.
Maybe 3 for 3. I don't really know how many we've done.
Yeah.
Right
So
between the
wait,
ears.
are you here to babysit us? Because the Triad or someone, Krona, doesn't trust that we can do this?
No, Krona trusts you entirely. I am simply here to observe what happens next. To make accounts. To be an eye for the Triad.
Listen. Is there any way you can be more straightforward with us? It's so much.
Why are you afraid of change, Rat Queens?
I don't think we are.
We never said anything about being afraid of change.
No, I think we evolve pretty regularly.
Yeah,
I was added to the group later.
Are you afraid of what may come?
Are you projecting?
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Oh, gosh.
Well, then,
I fear that you do not understand the weight of what is coming.
Oh, he's about to mansplain some shit,
Yeah.
and I'm not here for it.
Tell us how
Not
absolute-
here
man.
for
You know
it.
what I'm here for it
You know that
either.
we went back in time to save our town after it was
Yeah.
turned into a crater, right? You know that we did that.
We saw all the bad stuff happen.
We don't need to prove it to you.
Nope.
Yeah.
We're literally on a boat driving to the place Stratus to do more good. We just got on a boat at midnight. I was at a bar with
We
my
could've
lady,
just-
and I had to
yeah.
get on a boat at midnight. I had to say goodbye to her and just get on and you're going to ask if we know what we're doing here?
Girls, he solved a puzzle box, so he knows what
Yeah.
he's doing.
He's the
That's
smart-
right.
he's the
That's
smart of the
right.
trio.
That's right. But I'm the asshole, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you are kind of an asshole. But
I
that's
know.
not relevant here.
But
Both things can be true.
What's your name? Did we get a name? What's your name?
so we can berate you specifically.
All we're asking, listen, dwarf to dwarf. All I'm asking is for a little straightforwardness. So I don't want any cryptic questions of are you afraid of change? Just tell me what's what right now. And we'll just be friends and work together and etc.
You keep breaking chaosiums, yet chaos's power grows. And we don't know why.
I mean, if you don't know, we don't know. We're just doing the job of
we're told to go to a place
muscle.
and break
Yeah.
the thing. We go to the place, you break the thing. We've never claimed to be the masterminds of this whole thing. In fact, we would love to not have to do it, but we keep being told we're destined to do it.
I'm even trying to tell us not to do it
Yeah, a lot.
actively.
Yeah.
We just want a vacation.
Yeah, we're kind of lower on the rung than you, so I don't know that we know the answers to any of your questions.
Yeah.
Oh, this is reverse psychology. You're doing a lot of tricks on us right now.
So continue on the path of straightforwardness. What else?
I don't think I will.
Okay,
All
great.
right. Well,
All right.
Now he's mad at us.
Cool.
It happens.
This is awkward.
So awkward. Should we leave?
You all make jokes, and you laugh, and you make side comments to each other while I'm simply trying to explain things to you. So yes, I will not talk anymore.
Okay.
Okay, that's fair.
All right. So we'll just see in the morning, or when do we think we're gonna dock?
He's not going to answer that either.
Cool. So
Yeah.
let's just go.
We hurt his feelings.
I think Captain Mona said it would be another day of travel.
Okay, great. So maybe we'll find some libations with Captain Mona, and then we'll
We'll get
just
some
see
breakfast
you.
with Cranky Rooster over here.
Yeah, when we see ya.
When you see me. As you see Andreas almost step backwards, and this black shroud almost encapsulates him as he disappears.
I mean, that wasn't on us, right?
No.
It was
No, he was a
legitimately
jerk.
rude,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, no, he was a jerk, but I don't know. Something he said really got to me, guys. Why is it that whenever we break a chaosium, we spread more chaos.
Well, that's interesting, and he should have led with that, because we don't know what the effect is necessarily. Yeah. All we knew was that there were 4 Chaosiums, so one would think there's half less chaos now.
And you know what? I mean, listen, I love what we do and I love who we are, but yeah, maybe we need to own up more to what consequences happen. We can't just be the like lapdogs of people telling us to go out and break stuff. Maybe we should know more about why we're doing this and what we're doing.
Oh, so what do we do?
Wrong, but
I just think we've been doing what we think is right in the moment. I don't think we have a long-term plan. We've never really talked about it. Just that
we probably should have a long-term plan.
Like every time I've brought up to a god or Krona or even Eric, like whenever I'm like, hey, what if us trying to stop it is the thing that causes it? Because that was in that poem. Then we get that same answer of like, free will is what you do, but fate is how it all comes together. So like I feel like we're keep being told no matter what we do, it's going to end up the same way.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can think of is to do the things that don't cause more people to be hurt in the moment.
Because if we don't do anything, it seems like that's worse than
or that causes it
doing
too.
something.
Yeah. If we hadn't gone back in time, Palisades would still be dead.
Yeah.
And Krona said, you know, even though the outcome is the same, we can still change the moments. I don't know. I didn't really understand it at the time, but
yeah,
it's better than not doing anything. Who else is going to do this stuff but us?
I mean, maybe we should do more research on our own, you know? Like, Krona tells us stuff, and people are telling us stuff, these people who supposedly know what they're doing, but then we hear from the Triad that they don't know either. So maybe we should, you know, we should know more. Screw them. Yeah. Let's figure this out on our own.
Okay.
We do know who was marked, correct?
Marked?
You do not.
No, I thought we saw
only
it.
you saw
I saw
yours,
it.
but we didn't
only
see
you
ours.
saw it. You've seen yours.
I just want to,
Yes.
yeah, 'cause, you know.
Braga has not seen hers,
Great.
and Betty has not seen hers.
Now is as good a time as any to rehash the fact that I have an inner tattoo that I don't know where it came from. And but maybe some research wouldn't hurt us.
I mean, we can research it, but are you sure that's not to do with your dad? Because we've had a couple of run-ins with him in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I don't know it's not to do with him.
Okay. But yeah, we should look. So Stratus has got to have like a huge library, right? There's got to be like a lot of... If they're where all the religions meet, there's got to be books, right?
Good point. Wow.
Yeah. Do we know anything about where this next Chaosium might be in Stradius?
You know who unfortunately probably does?
That guy?
That Chloe bitch.
Oh, Chloe.
She's fine.
No, she just caught me for some necromancy shit. Like she's got anything better to do except for slap citations on someone who knows how to actually use magic. You know what? It's because she was a gosh darn dweeb in school and couldn't like get people to hang out with her. She was just jealous that people liked me.
You're like a leap.
You have a whole history with Chloe. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Just saying, it's not my first run-in with a total dweeb.
Okay.
So she sounds like she's probably really rational and fine.
Yeah.
I think for us, for us
Yeah.
four.
Yeah. Okay, great.
So let's go talk to her.
But,
So we can talk to her.
But going by what Dee just said, like let's be careful with her too, because she literally did hire us to come to destroy a Chaosium. So if it's part of the same, the only people that we can trust are the 5 of us.
Yeah, I definitely believe that.
I agree with that.
And all the honorary rat queens will meet along the way.
And I'm gonna be right back. Go back to the boat.
That was one way to exclamation that.
Well, so yeah, let's go talk to Chloe, I guess.
As the 4 of you, as Braga begins to make her way towards the edge of the ship, and the 4 of you exit the captain's quarters, you see that at the bow of the ship there is a small gathering of people, actually. You kind of heard the murmurings from the captain's quarters. It sounded like footsteps coming overhead, all going towards the bow of the ship, the front of the ship. But then you see it for yourself. There is a crowd amassed near the front. What do?
Go see what they're looking at.
I run over. Is this the cool pirate gambling thing? What is this?
You see that at the front of the ship, not only is Chloe there, but Frederick, the helmsman, Captain Mona, and an assortment of other crew members who simply are just standing, fixated on a figure, 2 figures in the water.
Oh god.
If it's a fucking mermaid, I'm gonna flip out. That's gonna be so cool.
That would be cool.
Would be
cool.
Can we
amazing.
see what it is from where we're standing?
Are you guys looking at a mermaid?
I'm gonna lift up Betty and put her on my shoulder so she can see.
Great. Roll me 2d6 plus your Betty bond. And Betty, you're going to roll me 2d6 plus canny.
Okie dokie.
Oh, good lord.
Don't drop me, D.
Good luck.
That's a 7.
So it's a +1.
9, 10, 11, 12.
Wonderful. So that was a 7. So you get a +1 to your 12. So
That was
12 total.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Betty, as you are, as soon as you climb on top of Dee's shoulders, you're able to see over the crowd of people into the water below, and you have a crystalline view. You see, yes, 2 almost turquoise shimmering shapes kind of swimming.
Wow.
One swimming around the front of the ship, the other one kind of swimming almost an opposite of it. As they swim, you're starting to hear almost this melody coming from the bottom of the ocean. This melody is just kind of echoing, and it's so nice to hear. It's so lovely, and it's just drawing you towards the edge of this boat.
Can I roll for pirate lore so that I know what these are?
Roll me 2d6 plus... I'm going to say... Canny, yeah. Once again, canny.
Pirate lore. Pirate lore. Pirate lore. Oh, yeah. That is a 12, my friend. Yes.
Thank goodness, because it's going to go differently.
I will say these 3... You know these 3 things. These are mermaids. You know that mermaids... While they are rare, have deadly siren songs that are able to manipulate the ears of those around them and draw them into their deaths. You also know the only way to stop this is either by plugging your ears or killing them.
I thought you were going to say drowning out the sound with another song.
I mean, I said you plugging your ears of some kind.
Oh, guys. From all of my pirate knowledge that I've accumulated over the last 10 years, because I just like pirate knowledge, these are mermaids and we should not listen to their song can kill you. Do not listen to them.
Sirens!
So don't listen to them or make a louder noise or something.
I'm gonna tear a little fabric and make earplugs and then do the same and start passing them out to people.
Roll me 2d6 plus skill to see if you're able to make good enough earplugs.
That's 8. No, sorry, 8.
With an 8, I'm going to roll a little dice over here. You are able to make earplugs that stop the noise for Hannah, Braga, and yourself.
Am I there? Have I come back?
Yes,
Okay.
you've slowly made your way after kind of relieving yourself of your sickness.
Salted meat.
You salted meat. You made your way kind of back to the group as you saw this kind of, this collective of almost everyone on the ship huddled at the front. Unfortunately, Betty and Violet, you are now being drawn in by the siren song.
Crap.
Or are we?
Or are we?
Or are we?
No way.
No way.
I'd like to look
Mermaids.
for like candle wax, that like lightly softened candle wax, so that I can plug their
There
ears
is
with it.
no candle wax on the front. There might be some underneath in the hold, but there's nothing in the near vicinity.
I tried to rouse all the sailors to sing a fun pirate shanty loudly enough so that we cannot hear the siren song.
Betty, roll me.
Or not.
And I want to support her in that.
Yeah.
Great, you're each rolling me. So you roll your Betty bond, but you're going to take a -3 to it, and you're going to roll and take an automatic -3 to it.
-3? Why
Because
is
you're
that?
being influenced by the siren song. You're not listening. It's not influencing you entirely, but it's making your wills heart even harder.
So I got a 1.
Wonderful.
It's gonna -1.
This is
for her roll.
-4 total for me?
You have a -4.
And what, is it plus anything?
Heart.
You almost didn't even roll. Oh my gosh!
I roll a nat 12, which I feel like should count for something, but 12 minus 4 is still 8.
8. And what's your token status?
Betty has 0 tokens.
I take a mixed success.
Heck yeah.
With a mixed success, Violet, unfortunately, you are not able to resist this siren song as you feel yourself being drawn further to, closer and closer to the bow of the ship. As you see Chloe and Captain Mona standing on the edge of the ship, and you start to climb up and join them, kind of standing on the crest almost waiting to jump in. As the mermaids, the turquoise shimmering mermaids down below, you start to see that their mouths then open all the way to their ears, and their jaws start to unhinge, and just inside is just a row of jagged shark teeth as they prepare to consume their meal for the day.
Are there, on the deck of the ship, because it's a vessel that's out at sea a lot, are there like harpoons and stuff for like deep sea fishing when they like are out at sea?
I will say that these similar to the fishing nets, it will be located towards the back of the ship, where the fishing net was found, on those kind of that tiered top back area of the
ship. And that's probably attached to the ship. It's not free. It's not loose. It's like,
it's all the fishing gear, all the harpooning gear is kind of back towards there.
And question, so I'm loving this song. This is a great song, but do I have the wherewithal at all to decide that I'm like got my weapons on me, or no? I'm just into them.
You're into the music now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a coincidence that we were talking about your past music life.
Oh, come on.
I'm just saying, this is now the opportunity for you to put that skill to good use. And for my amusement.
Is Betty, you're still on my shoulders?
So I'd say with my mixed success.
Yeah, you start to...
I'm still on your shoulders, but I am just singing really loudly to myself, and no one is joining in on me.
Okay, I'm going to join in with Betty.
There's about 2 other sailors that are kind of catty-cornered to you because it was a mixed success. Mm-hmm. They start to kind of come to, and they kind of start singing with you as well.
I'm going to join in with Betty.
We all know this song.
The ocean is bright tonight. There we hear our
we did that a couple times.
I don't know if it's the earplugs, but I just hear vowels.
the two sailors adjacent to you, Betty, just kind of are like, just trying to follow along and create some kind of melody. Hannah, what do you want to do?
I want to see me some mermaids, so I'm going to move to the front of the helm while trying to push everyone back.
Roll me 2d6
not
for
the
skill.
helm, the
bow.
The front spit.
The bow wow wow. Shit. Plus what?
Skill?
It's a 4. Is there any second chances?
There is, let me see.
Are there any second chances?
Yes, there is 1 second chance, I believe.
And you have like 1 token, I think.
I do.
Or they're actually, I believe there are 2 second chances now, yeah.
And I still only 1 token?
Hannah, you have 2 tokens.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're gonna give that another re-rolls. Skill to go to the front?
Skill.
To push people
You're
back.
trying to push people back.
5, 6. I'll put a 7 on that. We'll use one of my tokens, so we're gonna make it a 7.
You cannot use tokens on a second chance.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a new thing?
No,
That's
we
been a
have-
thing.
Has it been? Mm-hmm. What the? So that's 2 fails.
Wonderful. Now describe to me narratively these 2 fails.
So I'm trying to get to, like, push people back while also trying to get to the front, and I do get to the front, but I fall over the edge.
Oh, wow.
Like, I'll just say this is what 2 fails equals, basically, is I do get there, but I'm now, like, hanging off of the edge of it.
How far is she from me? Just curious.
So Hannah's she's fallen off the left-hand side. You're kind of farther to the right. But Hannah, unfortunately, in your fall, you have tripped and made prone Frederick, who has been enticed by the siren song, who now kind of hangs off of your ankle.
Oh, no.
Still kind of just dangling,
So
watching.
we're hanging off the boat together?
Yes, you're hanging on, and he's kind of grabbing onto your ankle, and he's fascinated and just enthralled by the siren song below.
I run to the actual helm because I'm assuming that like the guy who was steering the boat is being enthralled, and I just use all my strength to try to make a hard. Because I didn't see that happen because I was running away. But I'm just trying to turn the boat away from the siren mermaids as fast as I can.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Oh, no. It's good and bad.
Oh, I'm sorry, my love.
You're fine.
Oh,
Wow.
Stop doing that. Okay, so that is a natural 12.
Wonderful. Plus, what's your guts?
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's not natural. It's 9 plus 3, 12.
Wonderful,
Sorry.
12.
Not natural 12, but yeah.
Oh, good. Braga, with your success, you're able to, with all your strength, you're able to pull this boat to the right, and all of a sudden you feel this boat taking a really sharp turn.
Starboard.
Starboard. That's right. Starboard and port side. As the boat starts to take this hard starboard turn. Hannah, you feel yourself kind of being lurched a bit, but luckily it's a tight enough turn that you're able to hold on.
It almost is pushing us against the boat.
Yes.
The way that we're going, I think.
Violet, even though you're standing on the edge, there's almost a part of you that kind of instinctually almost leans back as this turn is happening. While Braga, as you have turned the ship, you ended up actually clipping the tail of one of these mermaids.
Nice!
Yeah.
This mermaid was not suspecting this to happen, and now you've just pissed it off. So now the siren song becomes even louder as you see Captain Mona begin to then walk up the crest of the ship, preparing to jump into the water.
Not on my watch. How far am I away from Mona? I'm not sure.
I would say you're about 6 feet. So you're still kind of towards the front there, but she's starting to make her way up. So you could jump. You could also climb on top of people or make your way there, grab a rope.
I am going. I'm still on top of Dee's shoulders, so I'm going to stand up on her shoulders and then just make a flying leap to Mona, try to grab her and pull her back onto the ship. I do realize if I fail, I'll push her off the ship, but we'll see how this happens.
Roll me 2d6 plus skill.
Do I still have disadvantage or no?
No, you just had a disadvantage on that roll.
First
You're
one.
I take it that you're still loudly singing to yourself as you do this.
The oceans are big, and so is my heart. That is 11, 12.
Betty, so now describe to me how
Thank
you're
God.
just loudly singing and how you save Mona from jumping off her own ship.
I crawl up onto Dee's shoulders, and I crouch, and I go to do the biggest jump I've done in a while. But then I remember a song that Mona taught me the first time we met her. And how does that song go? Do you remember, Hannah? It's a little more.
I'm hanging off a boat right now, so I'm not really. My head's not really there.
Not really in the game.
Yeah.
As I jump, I start to sing the song that Mona taught me, which goes a little something like, "It's a quinceañera, yes it is. It's a quinceañera, and we're gonna go through the sea." And I'm screaming the song, so it shakes her out a little bit of her reverie. And she looks at me, and I just grab her and throw her onto the boat, and we roll over.
I will say yes, as you've kind of started this song, you've snapped Mona
So
out
good.
for a second, and as she kind of sees that you're singing, she then herself, a woman of the sea, realizes what's happening, and she starts to sing, "It's the quinceañera!" And she starts to sing her own song and joins you in it, as she begins to see her crew members now falling off the sides of the boat. As two of them have now just stepped off, and suddenly you see the mermaid that's tail was clipped jump up and just bite the arm off of one of them and then sink down into the ocean, as now these mermaids swirling below have turned the sea into a pool of red and shimmering turquoise.
Oh no, I should have gone first, I guess.
Someone get us up!
Hannah, you are still hanging off the edge of the boat with Frederick hanging onto your ankle. What do you do?
Fudge, this stupid kid. I want to swing my leg so that I can whip him back onto the ship, get the momentum by swinging. I'm gonna die.
Roll me 2d6 plus canny.
God, I'm gonna die. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Using a token because it's not a re-roll.
Yay.
Wonderful. So with a 10, yes, describe to me this perfect swing.
As I'm getting this momentum, I'm this fucking kid better forgive me is what I'm doing in order to swing him up higher. It's kind of like a side sway because I think I'm holding on that way. Anyway, finally I get one big swoop, and his legs just about get him over.
Yeah, he gets about over, and because he was holding onto your ankle, you have kind of your right foot
Oh, great.
now over the side, so you're kind of back onto the boat now.
I'm parkouring or rock climbing.
Yeah, you're rock climbing this. You're bouldering this boat.
Great, and I'm totally showing my crotch accidentally to the mermaids too, right? Well, because I'm wearing a skirt.
You are, but you're pretty off to the side, so
no one's seeing it.
Seeing
Well, not
it.
that I would complain, but I mean it's a pretty special area. So I'd like to finish and go all the way up.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts to see if you can pull yourself up.
Yeah, I did. 5. That's a 10.
With a 10, yes, you successfully
On purpose.
You just pull yourself up and you just kind of almost, with like this last bit of momentum, you just throw yourself back onto the boat.
This kid's not even going to remember that I saved his life. He's just going to remember he's the person that hit him upside the head. And then I'd like to like grab at people that are the next group of people before they jump over. Because I'm right there.
I will say we'll see what happens.
Oh,
next.
I guess I can't do everything in one row. Yeah, I got it.
D, you've been standing there as Betty has just jumped off your shoulders to go rescue Captain Mona. You're starting to see 2 more sailors kind of climb up, preparing to fall into the water as Violet has now kind of positioned herself to climb back up onto that edge once again. What do you do?
Oh, I grab Violet by the scruff.
You're about 6 feet away from her. How do you want to do this?
I want to move over to her and
grab her?
Yeah.
Great.
And also brace myself on the side of the boat.
Roll me 2d6 plus skill.
Okay. All right, that's a 7. Any token?
D, you have no token.
All right, I'll take that 7.
There is 1 second chance.
I don't want to risk it. I'm going to take a mixed success.
Okay.
With a mixed success, I will say you're able to grab Violet.
Not going in there. Nope, not going to happen.
But you're not able to brace yourself as you suddenly start to feel Violet's forward momentum start to go forward
Take
into
me home.
the boat. Braga, you're still driving this boat. Is there anything you want to do?
I think I yelled at that Frederick kid, like, get over here and steer! And then I, because is he still...
I will say as he was thrown up on the deck pretty hard, so he kind of hit his head a bit. So he's been kind of in and out, but now he's hearing some of the sailors start to sing. He knows. I mean, if you're a sailor, you understand that mermaid siren song's not super good. It's just once someone gets trapped in, everybody gets trapped in.
Yeah.
So he kind of starts humming to himself as he kind of staggeredly stands up, just kind of rubbing his head. And he sees you at the helm. And you just yell to him?
Yeah, because I don't know what I'm doing. I did a hard right, and that's all I know how to do. And so then...
now we see the ship is just going in this circle.
Yeah. So then I run over to where this is happening, and I kind of just with all my orcish ferocity, just scream. I basically do my "What are you waiting for?" cry, but it's I'm just trying to drown out the noise so Violet can't hear it anymore.
Roll me 2d6 plus heart.
Okay.
And as Frederick is walking over, I grab him and go, I saved your life. I saved your life.
Okay. So
I have to go to a boat!
Go! But just don't forget it.
I have to do a boat. I have a 7. And do I have any tokens? Because I haven't used any yet today.
Braga, you have 2 tokens.
Okay, that won't get me over it, so...
You have a second chance, though? No?
We have 1 second chance.
I'll go for it. People pay
Okay.
for it. Let's get the kids their money's worth.
Shade. The money's worth.
And that is actually, so it was plus heart. So that's an 8, and I can't use tokens, so it's still an 8. That's fine.
So describe to me so narratively tell me the second chance. How did this happen?
Okay, I think what I did was instead, I ran up, and I tried to join in the singing, but I couldn't get a tune at all, and I finally got frustrated, and I was in Betty's ear. Sorry for yelling in the microphone.
Violet's ear or Betty's ear?
Violet's ear, sorry.
Violet's ear, yes.
Yeah.
Violet, this yell kind of starts to take you out, but it's almost too surprising as you kind of lose your footing and you start to fall in. What would anyone like to do? D,
can I grab for her as it falls?
Well, D's still kind of holding on to her.
Yeah, but I'm not braced to anything.
You're not braced to anything.
I'm going to try to brace it. Maybe I'll try to grab onto
Grab onto
Braga.
Because I
Braga?
was yelling at her, so can I reach out and grab as she falls?
I will say, if the
So we
two of
all,
you
try
work
to
together,
brace each
we'll
other.
try to grab her by the two of you. Yeah, the two of you realize if only one of you grabs onto her, the other person's probably going in.
Yep.
So the two of
we
you
try to
work
brace.
together.
Yeah.
How should we?
So, let's see.
I think you're stronger, so I can try to help, but maybe you should do the roll.
Okay.
So yes, D, roll your bond with Braga. And then Braga, you'll roll plus guts.
Oh, that's a 12.
So you have a +2 to this.
Awesome.
Yay.
And I'm rolling plus guts?
Yes.
Okay, so that was a 4 plus my 5, so that's going to be 9. And I'll use one of those tokens to make it a 10.
Wonderful. So with this 10, yes, D, I feel like, you grab onto Braga's hand. Braga, you reach out with another hand. D, you reach out with your other hand. Braga, you get a good grip on Violet, almost like kind of on the back of her Brat Queen's belt. And D, you're able to kind of grab Violet's wrist a bit as you both yank and pull her backwards.
Yeah.
As Violet, you
Can I make some earplugs for her now?
I will say yes. Now your earplugs are now, almost Violet's almost been shocked into it.
Oh, God.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah, I wanted to be a part of them, and I can't. It's hard.
We get it.
What, anybody else? Anybody else?
Two sailors just
Everybody.
jumped off the boat.
All right, guys, we need to
Where are
really
these
get
two?
rid of these ding-dong mermaids. I pull out my bow and arrow, and I just aim for one of the mermaid that's closest to me. The one who was not clipped in the tail, I guess. She's still in the water.
Yes.
Okay, how far is she?
She's about, this boat's pretty high, so she's about, 15 feet down.
All right, let me see how I roll and see. Let's see how bad I am at this.
So that's a get rangy. So roll me 2d6 plus your skill.
Skill. That is a 6, 7, 8, 9. No tokens, I guess?
Betty, you have 0 tokens.
So close. I have a 9.
Rub it in.
Mixed success. I'd say that I'm trying to shoot. I'm looking with one eye, and the boat's moving. So maybe my aim is true, but I fall off the boat.
I would say your aim is true. You kind of lose your footing, which leads the arrow to not pierce directly through the mermaid. Instead, you kind of pierce through this one's kind of tail as well.
Okay.
So where one has a tail fin that's completely missing because the boat just sliced it pretty hard, this one now has an arrow through its tail, and it's now super pissed. As you hear the siren's song become louder and louder as Chloe now prepares to jump off the boat. What do you do?
I want to just get rangy with my sword. I'm gonna
Get
lose
rangy
it.
with your sword?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
Roll me 2d6 plus skill.
Please don't lose your sword.
Seriously.
We pissed off the blacksmith we know.
Oh gosh. Okay, so that is 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I have a token. 10.
Yay.
Wonderful. With your 10, I will say this. Violet, you almost you see that there's a rope real close to you, so you tie your sword to the rope very quickly. You have the quick sense to do that as you take this sword, and describe to me how you do this.
I see the mermaid's a neck pulse in her neck, and I just aim for it, and I just throw it right at her neck.
Almost like turning your sword into this harpoon. You hold onto one end of the rope and you just throw your sword, and you see your sword pierce through the neck of this mermaid, where suddenly this green blood starts to now kind of soak into the ocean, mixing with the red human blood of the 4 sailors that they're currently eating and munching on.
Christmas.
Now this mermaid, you see, do you pull? I take it you pull.
Oh yeah, I'm pulling that. I need that.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Oh, shite. You think they'd stop after 4 sailors, you know?
I mean, how hungry are they?
Yeah. The problem with sailor is you eat, and then an hour later you're hungry again.
I have this all the time.
That is an 9, and then I have another.
You only had one token.
Only had one. No problem. I appreciate that one. And so a 9.
With a 9, you try and pull your sword back. As you do this, you further slice the mermaid's neck. Thus, almost kind of, you start to sever it. So now it's just hanging on by half of it's kind of severed its head
Does that
off.
cut her song off?
Yes. So now one of the mermaid's songs has now stopped, and you start to see this mermaid go limp. However, unfortunately, because it was a mixed success, you're not able to pull your sword out of this mermaid. So instead, you've kind of now just have a mermaid on the end of your sword.
Went
with your
fishing.
rope. Yeah, you went fishing, you caught something.
Can I keep pulling anyway?
We'll get to that. Braga, what do you want to do?
Inspired by what she just did, my mariner background's gonna be mad at me. I can't remember what it's called, but the mooring anchor things on the side when they dock the boat. It's like a mooring base. I'm gonna tie a rope around one of those and around me, and I'm gonna jump off the boat and kind of rappel so that I can close up fight the mermaids.
Roll me 2d6 plus skill.
Okay.
I love that
And
move, by
Moss.
the way.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to take another chance to swashbuckle a little bit.
Totally.
You're going to put me at sea. Well.
Oh.
So that's, so you said plus skill? Mm-hmm. So that's a 6, and I have 1 token left, because I used 1, I had 2.
Braga, you have 1 token
Okay,
left.
so I'll bump it up to a mixed success, making it a 7.
Great. Braga, as you tie yourself off, you were not able to rappel. Unfortunately, your foot kind of slips almost like the wet side of the boat. There was a bunch of sea spray as you turned it really hard. So you've now slipped and now find yourself banged up against the side of the boat.
But I'm hanging off the boat now?
You're hanging off the boat now, but you take 3 points of damage
Sure.
as you feel yourself kind of smack
Totally.
against the side of the boat. Betty, you are up on the bow. What do you want to do? You see Chloe is about to jump off.
I feel like, what do I do? I feel like I tried to attack the mermaid before, but didn't exactly go away. Most immediate danger is probably Chloe. We probably need her.
Do you want, you're, where are you?
I'm on the frontish.
Great.
Yeah, you're
So
both
there's
very
rope.
close to each other.
There's rope alongside of the boat that like is kind of acts like a railing, and so we could lift it and like kind of pull everyone in and like hold them, like lift it off the railing of the edge of the boat. So imagine this is the edge of the boat. That's a rope, and everyone's trying to run off. So we hold everyone
like
in.
lasso them.
Lasso them.
Okay. You could do that.
Or you could do something else.
Let's Chloe's close to me. I'm just gonna try to I'm gonna try that rope trick, but like with Chloe, 'cause she's the closest to me. I'm not sure how many people I can grab with that rope. Give
Got
it a
it.
shot. Here
Roll
we go.
me 2d6 plus canny.
I looked up what's the cleat on a boat called. It's called a cleat.
Oh,
So, there you go.
The cleat is called a cleat.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I think those words mean. That's a snake eyes, my friends. So with the candy though, that is a 4. I slice her in half the rope. I don't know. That's a double fail. I don't like how long.
What happens? What happens next is this.
Bye, guys. Been real cool.
Serious rap on Betty.
Chloe falls off the edge of the boat and is now killed.
Oh, I feel like we needed her.
Yikes!
Oh my!
That was so blunt, too. Like,
You
And it's
see her white chorus robe now becoming red and green from the mermaid blood and the blood of the other sailors in the ocean. The one mermaid, almost, Betty, you see it almost smiling and laughing at you as you kind of have slipped. As you tried to wrap this rope around Chloe, we flash back to the moments before where you ended up accidentally pushing her forward instead of wrapping the rope around her. As you find yourself, as you continue to fall forward, you braced yourself on the edge of the boat, but unfortunately that gave you the view of watching what happened below.
Oh my.
Wow.
Guys, I did it bad. Kind of my fault, but also I'm not a mermaid singing her to her death, so I don't know, guys. We have to kill these mermaids, guys.
yeah, we're trying.
Oh my gosh!
Hannah, what would you like to do?
It's there because this is a seafaring ship that knows that sirens exist, and honestly, they handled this really poorly. A loud
should be prepared.
speaker or siren or something that can drown out the rest of the mermaids or the rest of the sailors.
I will say they knew to prepare wax downstairs. They knew how to prepare kind of cloth and cheesecloth downstairs. However, because you wanted some kind of megaphone, you do remember seeing some kind of hand-cranked gramophone back in the captain's quarters of Captain Mona Bernholt Riviera.
Well, let's be honest. I'm not going to do much in way of stopping people because if I roll skill, it's going to be a problem. So I'm going to go
Yeah,
get
go.
that.
That sounds awesome.
Phone, gramophone.
Great. You are off to go get that.
Great.
Braga, you are now on the side of the boat. What do you want to do?
I think I'm using my daggers for this because I don't think that I would have enough precision with my axe. I think I would just like drop it in the water by accident. So I think I'm going to go for the one that has her sword first and try to like cut her neck so the sword gets knocked loose so that Violet can have her sword back.
Roll me
Consider it.
2d6 plus guts.
Okay.
So you're just kind of hanging on. You're just trying to give it a one clean swipe.
Yeah, that's a 7. I'm not rolling great today, y'all.
I don't think any of us are.
With a 7, you take your axe and
My daggers.
Your
Yeah.
dagger.
Yeah.
your dagger, you try to slice it into the neck of that mermaid. You're able to kind of belay yourself over to where you see that this mermaid is just kind of hanging on by, like, its neck is just pierced, and now it's just kind of dangling off the side of the ship as Violet doesn't know if she should pull up or release. As you take your dagger into the mermaid's neck, it just gets stuck as well. This mermaid's neck is pretty hardy.
Hey.
Wow.
D, what would you like to do?
So I'm just standing by the edge of the boat.
You're
right
standing
now.
with Violet. You see that
right.
Violet's got this rope
Violet's
with her sword attached to it, and you see below you kind of Betty is close to your vicinity now as well. You've just kind of seen what has happened. You saw Chloe fall off the boat, disappear, and there's one mermaid circling below.
It's not your fault, Smidgen. It's not your fault.
I really feel like it was the mermaid's fault.
Yeah, it was, for sure.
But maybe I didn't help either.
Well, we're trying to help. It's okay. We're doing our best. I don't know what I can help do. Can I'd like to do something for Braga's daggers. I'd like to cast. Can I do this for someone else? Magic weapon. So the weapon you hold while casting does plus 1d4 damage until dismissed.
So you kind of have to do that to your own weapon.
Okay. All right. Well,
So you do also have I say because D, you knew you were going on an adventure and that ranger side of you perked up. I will say you do have a short bow on you. So you could cast magic weapon on one of your arrows
Booyah.
to make it stronger.
I'm gonna do that.
Great. Roll me 2d6 plus skill to see how well this affects your bow and arrow.
Okay.
Okay.
That's an 8.
Wonderful. So as you've cast it, and it's going to give it a +1 on this next
Lovely.
attack. So roll me 2d6 plus skill.
Ooh, that's a 9.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's 10.
Plus skill, yeah.
Wonderful. D, describe to me this magically imbued shot.
Well, I pull out my short bow and I do a quick casting of magic weapon, and it starts to shimmer red and gold with hints of purple. And I load it with the short bow. And as I draw back the bow, you can see this like splash of sparkly color come from the arrow as it shoots straight towards that second mermaid's throat.
You suddenly see this magically imbued arrow just fly through the air and pierce immediately into the mermaid's throat as it kind of sits there for a second and then begins to sink back into the water. As the individuals around you start to kind of come to.
And I come running out with the gramophone. Never mind.
But it'll
was
be
a
good
great
for you to
idea.
stay around
They
here.
should keep that on the deck,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah. Everybody okay?
So am I still fighting that one that has the swords in it?
Oh, you're not. It's dead.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're trying, it's been dead for a
Okay.
while. You're just trying to cut its neck. Yeah.
All right. I think what I'm going to do, just try to get the sword and the dagger out, is instead of trying to like pull them because it's getting stuck, I'm just going to try to push them instead to try to like finish the cut.
Got it. Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please get active in the chat. It's time to start that second poll.
Okay. That is a 9.
Braga, no, you don't have any tokens.
It's okay.
Can I donate a token?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
Braga, I will say this. You can either free Violet's sword.
I will.
Okay. Yeah. So at the cost of one of your own daggers,
Yeah.
you are able to, you push kind of your own dagger in. It suddenly kind of, it cuts enough to free Violet's sword as the mermaid, then the dead mermaid that's now mostly decapitated begins to sink back into the ocean below.
Okay.
Can Braga hold on to my rope while I pull you back up?
Well, I was already tied to a rope anyway, so I can pull myself
sweet.
out.
I would say
All right.
yes, Violet.
Get to
almost-
climbing.
Violet,
I
as
bungee.
you pull up your own sword, Braga, you then are able to pull yourself back up onto the deck of the ship. As you see the sailors around you start to realize and come to and understand what has just happened as they begin to count to one another and see how many remain. As Captain Mona Bernhoft Riviera just stands on her boat.
If it's any consolation, Chloe really was a bitch.
Which we cope with a very. I'm so sorry she said that.
Is there anything we can do? Do you need some extra sailors till we get to port?
Pretty strong.
Perhaps, yes.
I'm sorry about your friends. They seemed like a good crew.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's just you think you're prepared for something, and then you're not, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. My pride is hurt. I'm supposed to be this captain. I'm supposed to be good at my job. I'm supposed to have it all together, and I've lost 5 people today out of my own foolishness. I forgot that it is the beginning of the autumn season where these mermaids begin to migrate south, and I did not prepare for that.
It happens to the best captains. It really does.
I'm supposed to be perfect. I'm supposed to be good at my job. I'm not supposed to let people die. That's why I am Captain Mona Bernhoff Riviera of the Quinceañera. And not only did I let 4 of my own friends die, I have to now present myself to the military army of United Religions Council and tell them how I lost their best inquisitor.
I mean, you didn't lose her. She was fighting. She's a hero. She was trying to save people, and she died.
Yeah.
That's her job. That's what soldiers' jobs are.
I understand. And hopefully they will too. I'm sure you're right, Braga. I'm sure you're right. I can't shake this feeling that I'm the one to blame for all this. When someone hires you to take them on your ship, I was paid by the MAUR, and I'm sure they assumed and they hoped and they entrusted me to keep not only you all safe, thank goodness you all didn't die, but Chloe as well. I'm going to go prepare my lost soldiers' things so we can give them a sea farewell. As you see Captain Mona begin to make her way down into the sailors' quarters. All the other sailors around you kind of slowly pick themselves up and go back to work. Some of them realizing who has gone missing and talking amongst each other, trying to fulfill the positions needed. As you notice, only Frederick stands at the helm. Now an apprentice no more. The official helmsman of the Quinceañera.
Oh, God. Life is fragile.
Hey, Frederick, how you holding up over there, bud? You're the helmsman now. It's you.
You look at him and you just see like a combination of sadness, terror in his eyes. He now has this job thrust upon him. Can't goof off as a young apprentice no more. It is now his job to ensure that this ship stays on course and stays safe. He doesn't want to lose anyone ever again.
Frederick, you were born to do this job. You're going to be great.
It's in your
You
blood.
already are. Yeah. Look at you.
The boat's moving in a direction.
Yeah.
So that's good. So good.
I saved your life.
Hannah. Not the time.
And I will get you to where we need to go. Safely, without anyone dying again. I've never seen anyone die before.
That's kind of unavoidable, bud. That totally happens. Should we lie to him?
No,
You shouldn't take that on personally.
Yeah, it's true. Death happens, especially in a dangerous job.
Especially to your parents.
And hey, you know what? When things got scary, when things got rough, you jumped over here. Like you took over. I didn't know what I was doing, and you grabbed this wheel, and second nature. You knew what you were doing. So like, you were doing what you were supposed to do, and you saved lives today. I know you're sad that your friends have lost, and you should be sad. You should grieve them, but you should honor the folks who are alive, and a lot of them are alive because of you today.
Roll me 2d6 plus heart.
Oh! Yay! Okay, I have a 12. I have 11 plus 1.
For the first time since Hannah slapped him, you start to see not a smile on his face, but you start, Braga, you see this specifically. You start to see Frederick's eyes smile. As you see his shoulders kind of relax as he holds the steering wheel of the ship and continues to direct it, now with a little more confidence. That evening, as you see the port of Stridus on the horizon, as you gently coast in, there are 2 rows of sailors that line up, as Frederick and Captain Mona carry small paper lanterns out to the edge, to the bow of the ship. They release these lanterns out, and you see these lanterns just kind of softly float in the wind, gracefully down onto the water, as they then almost curtain the boat. 2 lanterns on one side, 3 on the other. You watch them as your boat continues to move forward. These lanterns just simply stay as they float backwards. And you are now docked in the port of Stridus. After you've gathered your things, you've made your amends, you've said goodbye to those you have traveled with, still no sign, or no reappearance, I should say, from Andres. You begin to make your way into Stridus, and what you see before you is this impeccable city. You've seen Palisade, you've seen Cascasaria. There's almost this enchanted desert oasis, but now you are in one of the capitals of the realm. There are these incredible arching tall stone buildings around you. Every path is cobblestone. There are no dirt paths. There are even sewage lines within the streets around you, as you just see more people than you're used to on sidewalks going back and forth, moving past one another, as you gaze up and you see these posters and these enchanted signs on these buildings that are advertising a variety of products. One catches your eye. You see an elven woman just kind of wink in this enchanted portrait, and it simply says mask at the bottom.
MASQUE?
Yes. As the 5 of you make your way into kind of, the port area, the port side, where all the hubbub is happening, new ships coming in, new ships coming out of the city. You see suddenly, Braga, you kind of bump shoulders with a tall person just covered in head to toe in fancy robes, and you see that they are wearing this beautifully ornately carved ivory mask.
Are you okay? Sorry, I didn't mean to bump you.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Is this your first time here?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Stridus. You are unfamiliar.
Yeah, I don't know how I can make it more clear. I've never been here before.
Ah.
I literally just got, there's an expression, just got the boat. I literally just got off the boat.
And your friends new here as well?
Anyone been here before?
Never.
With your family?
No, we've never been here. We vacation a lot of places, but not here.
Ah, what brings you to Stridus?
Vacation.
Mask.
Vacation. Wait, yeah, mask.
Yep, mask.
Yes, vacation to mask to do.
It's on our itinerary.
Yep.
It's our bucket
Main
list.
stop.
Our pale list.
Hey, I thought we were here to destroy
And because it's Hannah's bachelorette weekend.
And I'm like hugging Betty really hard to get her to stop talking. Like, oh, yep, this is my Maid of honor.
Bachelorette, who is the lucky man or person, I should say?
I appreciate you not
anybody.
making.
His name is Sawyer.
Oh,
And she loves
And I even though
loves him.
Betty's not the one that said it, I like turn her purple a second because I'm like, yes, I love Sawyer.
love, 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 love.
She loves me too.
Loudly.
wonderful. Well, I suppose I must see where the seas take me. Or perhaps I am staying here as well.
No.
Oh, are you not
Are you-
from here? You're passing through?
Do I live here?
I don't know you.
I just asked you.
And I do not know you. Perhaps we will get to know each other better, though.
Can I get
well.
personal with this?
Yeah.
Roll me 2d6
Our
plus
dwarf
heart.
is so good at this. Yeah, she's really personal.
Plus what?
Heart? Or
Okay.
no, yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, heart.
10.
10. Wonderful. You can ask this person 3 questions.
What are you actually thinking?
As the Grand Inquisitor, I am constantly thinking of questions to ask, questions to answer, and perhaps new questions as well.
Great.
Is that a made-up name?
What do you have that we could benefit from?
I suppose the better question is, what do you have that I could benefit
Nope,
from?
not an answer.
But that's not the answer. Okay.
Perhaps I have some things, perhaps I do not.
Oh, I hate this.
He kind of sounds like
head
Draco,
hurts.
huh?
Yeah,
He,
yeah,
He like died or something. He
Yeah.
got sucked into the ether.
yeah.
Wow. So he's gonna just answer me in questions.
Ask her if the Grand Inquisitor is a real name or a self-title.
Excuse me, I go by the they, them pronoun.
Very good to know. Thank you.
What is the Grand Inquisitor? And what do you do that what do you do?
What's a Grand Inquisitor?
Wait, guys, sidebar. Wasn't Chloe an Inquisitor? Wasn't that what Mona said?
Yes, Chloe was.
Was she?
Yes.
She was
Chloe was
military.
an
Right,
inquisitor
but
in the military.
That's what Mona said. Like she was one of the best Inquisitors.
Yep.
Does her robes match Chloe's?
Their robes.
Can
Their robes. Thank
Can
you.
I ask if you know someone named?
What do their robes look like? Just real quick.
You see that, yes, they're wearing this kind of ivory mask. They're also wearing these kind of ivory robes.
Don't make it Chloe because we
didn't.
Tell them.
You already asked me a question, so I will answer.
Great.
A Grand Inquisitor is the grandest of Inquisitors. Oh my gosh. I am known for asking questions and then perhaps getting what I want.
That's not a job. Is that a job?
Wow, I'm gonna stab my ears out at this point. I can't. I don't think I can hear another. So
Is there a Grand Informer like we could talk to that like has answers to our questions?
Perhaps if you want answers, maybe the ones should find themselves further within the city.
great. Okay, that sounds great. Just
Yeah.
real quick, also, we had a really dear friend of ours named Chloe, and she unfortunately
She died.
died on the boat, and we're just curious if you knew her. And
How do we know that they do?
We didn't do anything wrong. Why are we
Maybe they don't need to know this information.
well, it's happening. It's coming out of my mouth. Do you know her, and is there any family or people that we could inform of her untimely and unfortunate death?
Perhaps I was right in the information you had for me. Rat queens, I presume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How come no one ever says rat queens like excitedly? It's
I know.
always
I know.
kind of.
Also, not a
Those
really
kids
hard
were.
thing to
Those
figure
kids were
out.
super
Yeah,
excited.
exactly.
I mean, we all have rat emblems on our body.
Yeah, it's like her belt's pretty much.
Chloe was an acquaintance of mine.
Okay.
Yet I believe that many will know that she died perhaps fairly soon. As you see the Grand Inquisitor nod, as you kind of, you are all within the first kind of port street. As the Inquisitor nods back to where your boat is, and now you see a platoon of soldiers from the military army of United Religions now boarding the boat and approaching Captain Mona Bernhardt Riviera.
If you need us to testify on her behalf, like, we're glad to do it. Like, she behaved as admirably as she could, and it was just a bad situation.
Yes.
Yeah, we were there. We saw the whole thing.
It was mermaids.
As an Inquisitor, there are questions I know the answer to, and there are questions that I do not have to ask. That is one I do not have to ask.
Hey, what's your name?
You will know me by my title. It is a privilege to know the name of the Grand Inquisitor. A privilege that perhaps someday you will earn, perhaps not. We shall see.
Oh, this is fun. I like you. I like you already. I don't know.
You're right. This is the worst.
So Grand Inquisitor, here's the thing. Chloe was actually here. She was going to help us out with something, which you probably know what that something is. Wink, wink, wink. I don't want to say it in public company.
Oh, God.
I
Can
don't
it be
know.
over?
Do you?
Please.
Can I get personal?
I'll say roll me 2d6 plus heart.
Let's just go for the biggest building. That's probably where all the Inquisitors live or whatever.
8, 9, 10.
You can ask 3 questions.
Yes.
Do you know about the? Do they know about the thing that we're here to find and destroy?
There is tale of a thing that is possibly within this city.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a breather. I'll be back.
Did you know about Chloe's mission and what she was up to with us?
She was sent to find you, was she not? And bring
Okay.
you here for something.
For something. So you okay?
I don't think it's the right person to ask.
Why are they so?
Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah.
I guess.
They're gonna inquisit.
I don't think that's what Grand Inquisitors are supposed to do, but
They're
I know,
riddling us.
I suppose
Yeah.
I don't know a lot. We should just talk to the military.
You have one more
Right?
question.
Yeah, I have
Oh,
one more
okay.
question.
Okay.
Are they lying?
Is there anything,
I want to know if they're lying or not.
or whose side they're on?
Did Laria, you do that?
No. Whose side are you really on?
The one who needs the most questions answered.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that's the opposite of what
Oh.
of what they're doing.
Yeah. Okay.
It's been so nice to meet you.
Yay! Okay, good to meet you.
You should go catch up
Bye.
with Violet. 'Cause
Yeah.
She's
I am sure I
How
will be
frustrated.
seeing some of you soon, perhaps.
all right. Hopefully it's not me.
On
A lost king? Maybe. As you see the Grand Inquisitor then climb into this white and gold gilded carriage that you see has almost this enchanted looking horse driving it that is just made out of pure magic. As the Inquisitor climbs in and raises one finger towards its ivory mask.
Which finger? That
The
one.
pointer finger. As you see it, it's a full
good
ivory.
question.
It's a full gilded and carved mask. As you just see it lower its face, and for the first time you get a glimpse of the Grand Inquisitor's eyes staring at you. As the Grand Inquisitor then climbs into their carriage, and they make their way further into Stridus.
What color were the eyes?
The eyes were blue,
Okay.
a very piercing, icy blue.
Okay.
I don't like that Lost King. We've heard that before. And I know
Yeah,
that was.
as Gary did a lot of yelling about that.
No, it was before Gary. It was the thing that Nurigoth, the deal that Dee made to bring me back.
That I was supposed to kill the Lost King.
Oh.
it wasn't in the poem, right?
No, this was a straight up deal.
Can we all
This is
agree
like a
that
separate
they
headache.
were really annoying, though?
Oh, well, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
What is with all the riddles and questions, and what is that about?
Like it just goes back to what was that jerk was talking about on the boat. Like, why can't people just like be straight up and talk about stuff and figure stuff out?
Maybe
like,
we should be that. You know what? Let's just be that from now on.
I try to do that. Everyone gets upset at me when I'm just straight up and honest. Let's just be real.
I'm honest and mean.
Honest
two
and mean are
different
not
things.
the same thing.
Yeah.
I tell it like it is.
Well, that's fine, but just don't always be an asshole about it.
You slapped that kid.
I walloped.
Whatever you want to call it, okay?
Where was that? Who are you?
I just got really...
I liked it. It's been a
Yeah,
while.
it's actually really
Ruffles
awesome.
her feathers,
Put her back a little bit. I look at the boat and I look at the platoon and I look for someone who's wearing armor that looks like almost similar to what Chloe was wearing, like someone who might have shared rank with her.
Braga, as you look over at the boat, you see Captain Mona being arrested.
Great.
You're seeing the guards, the platoon carrying her off, but you do see a figure that you did not notice earlier. It is the fighter of the chorus, a large, blonde, tall human woman who stands there at the edge of the pier, watching as the platoon escorts Captain Mona further into Stridus.
Okay, I walk up and I kind of like position myself kind of in front of the platoon so like they would stop. Not like threatening, just to slow them down a little bit.
You see Mona kind of look up at you for a sec.
Hey, what is happening? Why are you arresting her? She didn't do anything wrong.
You see the woman come forward. Braga, it's been some time. I'm simply, upon hearing the arrival of the Rat Queens and subsequently the Quinceañera, we were told of Chloe's unfortunate demise. And we are further taking in the captain for questioning, just to see what truly happened on this vessel.
Well, you can take her in for questioning without handcuffing her, without arresting her. She'll go quietly. She has an honest answer to your questions.
It was mermaids.
Yeah, we can all vouch for her.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And we will see what the council at the Military Army of United Religions has to say after the questioning has been done. There are certain protocols here in Stridus, protocols that I'm sure you're not familiar with. Being from Palisade, there is a certain amount of order here, and protocol must be followed. Unfortunately, Braga, I do trust you. But there are many people who fear for Chloe's safety and ours. This is a dangerous time. This is simply precaution.
Can you uncuff her and just let her... Mona, will you go quietly if they take you peacefully?
Roll me 2d6 plus heart.
Okay, that is a 9.
Wonderful. With a 9, you see Blue look at Mona. Braga, I cannot, but you have my word that nothing will harm, no harm will come to her. As soon as this is finished, she will be escorted back unhandcuffed to her vessel.
Do you not understand that when you walk her through the city in handcuffs, you're making the crowd fear her, and she doesn't deserve that. She's a human being who just did a job, and and it went bad, and she's already in a lot of pain, and you're going to make this town fear her.
You see Blue almost grab you and pull you in closer as this platoon starts to escort Mona further into Stridus. Braga, there are things here that the people should fear. They must see that some kind of order is happening. Trust me. When people act out in fear, that is something to be more afraid of than anything else in this city. Trust me, Braga. We're trying to figure this out.
I just feel like you painted a target on her back, but you have to do what you have to do.
Since Chloe cannot bring you, to the military army of United Religions.
It's okay. You've had a rough day.
Know that we will call for you after we handle what has happened here. We know why you're here, and we are very thankful that you are here. Just many of us lost a teammate, as I'm sure you can relate to.
Very well.
And someone who was more than that.
Oh.
I understand. I understand more than you possibly know. But keep
Goodbye,
in mind...
Braga.
Okay.
As you see Blue make her way as she follows the patrol into Stridus.
We should find somewhere to stay.
Something is very...
I totally
very
agree.
wrong
We all agree.
Let's get somewhere we can talk, not out here.
I will say that when I had to step away, sorry, I clearly missed some things. The questioning was just too much. I did find an awning. It seems pretty silent. If we just want to step away from the crowd, we can get our bearings.
Let's just find a place to stay, an inn or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we be put up with some places to stay?
I don't know if I trust where they would put us up.
I did pass by a...
That's weird to me to say.
I did pass by a pub. There should be an inn above it.
Yeah, maybe let's just put ourselves up for the night and then figure it out from there.
Agreed.
Yeah, this weird Union of Religion United thingy seems super... Something's wrong here. You're right.
Something stinks in this town.
Agreed. And speaking of stinks, that's the name of the inn I passed.
All right.
The stinky pig inn.
You also still stink.
The what now? Stinky piggin or pigeon?
Pig
Pig
inn.
in.
Pig in. Got it.
Stinky
All right.
pig
Stinky
in.
pig in? Okay.
Piggin can sometimes be read pigeon if you just don't know how to read the word pigeon. So
That's a good
Oh, it could have been pigeon. It was fast. I was running back.
Look, it stinks and they have beer. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
As the five of you make your way kind of up and to the right, winding through the tight, narrow metropolitan streets of Stridus, you find yourself seeing a sign for the Stinky Pig Inn.
That's exactly right.
That's exactly right.
As the sign above the inn shows a pig with all fours raised up
Okay, it's a pig. It's a pig,
And
guys.
Pig, not a pigeon.
with green stink lines coming off of it.
And it's smelly.
Well, you know what? Beggars can't be choosers, guys, and this is where we gotta stay.
I feel like it's got character, you know? Probably a bunch of fun, wacky types in here.
At least there's not going to be the uptight people here.
Yeah.
As the
watching
five
us.
of you sit around a table, a young smidgen comes and starts to put goblets of beer at your table.
Goblets.
fancy.
How fancy are we in this town?
I'm gonna do it.
Well, you just look like the fancy type.
As she walks by,
It's like a dig.
Hannah, you start to feel something from your waist being taken.
Yeah, I'm just gonna rapidly grab her wrist.
You rapidly grab, roll me 2d6 plus,
Canny?
I'll say,
That's pretty quick
canny, yeah,
thinking.
quick thinking.
5, 6, 9. Token.
Hannah,
I still
you
have one
have...
token, right?
Yes, you have one token.
So that'll be 10. We're gonna get
Wonderful. With a 10, you quickly grab her wrist as Kathiri drops the serving platter on her other arm.
Okay,
10. Yeah? Uh-huh.
okay.
Yeah, you don't know who you're fucking with.
Well, you just look like you're from out of town, so I thought I'd give it a shot.
Oh, yeah? You're talking to the best thief here. Do you not have eyes?
The best thief here. Where do you think you are? You're in Stridus. You're not her.
Oh, honey, you just got caught. And you obviously have no taste.
Well, I had a taste for that money pouch on the side of your belt.
She has like no money. Also, we don't let her carry
That's not
a
true.
lot.
We made a lot of...
No,
We can barely afford to stay here.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I whip her in front of us, like in front of the table, so we can like grill her a little bit. Oh, look how cute you are. So cute.
What's your name, buddy?
Katheri Graveltoes.
Oh, full name. That's great. That's
Cute.
nice.
I liked
I'll write
that.
that one down.
Theory, Graveltoes.
Okay, look.
Look, I'm sorry. I must have underestimated you. That's on me.
No big deal, honestly. If you can just buy us a couple more rounds, we'll just call it even.
It's true. We like booze.
And we're going to be frank that if you try to steal from us again, we won't be so nice next
We'll
time.
steal from you
No,
next
we'll,
time.
we'll probably kill you.
I can probably figure out where your house is in like 3 seconds. So just
Well, I live here, so I'm just going to go ahead and spoil that for you.
Okay, great. Well, then we are
We know where you sleep.
we know.
just.
Yeah.
I mean, just give
And
us
I
some
know
beer.
where you sleep, especially if you're staying in my inn tonight.
Cute.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't anymore?
Okay.
We could just not stay
Listen
here.
here, I'll give you. Look, you're some tough broads, and I respect that.
Thank you.
So I'll give you a round. All right, I'll be right back.
No big deal. Okay, great.
Moving right along.
Oh my gosh, guys.
Is that what I sound like?
So-
I feel like
No. Yes.
So one of us is staying
Kind
awake
of.
all night, every night.
Yeah,
now, right?
I mean, we're
That's
gonna
what
We could do shifts.
Why don't we?
Shifts.
Hey, guys, let's try this cool thing called talking to her and leveling the. She could have information. Remember, we're here to
What
get
were you saying
information.
about a big cache of what happened?
Huh?
Oh.
You said you had like a bunch of.
Yeah, what? Yeah. What?
What?
No, all
we
three of you seem to know something.
We've been making money. You know that.
It's for the group.
Oh, like how much?
Good money.
Okay.
No one can tell. Never write it down.
It's like
When
100
so when
platinum.
before Katheri comes back, I want to try to like by looking at her clothing, her mannerisms, how she talks, try to figure out maybe like where she's from, to try to figure out some things I can relate to her about to try to get on her good side.
Roll me 2d6 plus canny.
That is a 5, 6, 7. This is not bad.
You notice that the way she walks, kind of the way she handles herself, as she walks back to the bar, as you see her kind of almost throwing mugs and them landing perfectly onto the serving tray, that not only is she extremely lucky, but she is incredibly trained. Like, she definitely has some kind of past. She is not your average barmaid, per se. As she fills up more goblets with beer. And she brings 5 more goblets to the table.
Do you have any just big glasses, like a lot of beer?
Hey, they just do goblets here.
Okay.
There's this fancy. It's a fancy pig inn establishment. Isn't that right, Katheri? You're fancy here. Look at you.
We know that everybody does mugs. Mugs are what you expect here at the Stinking Pig. So,
Yeah, that makes sense. It's good to try to be different. I like
it's not
that.
what you expect.
Yeah, I
Gotcha.
like that.
Plus, we're right by the port. We're on the kind of the side of town, and so you just showing you got goblets makes maybe more sailors want to come in, spend a little bit more money on a nice high-end place.
All right, fair enough.
We appreciate those
Make it
skills of deductions. You might have heard of us. We're the Rat Queens.
Just gonna tell everybody. Just gonna do that.
Didn't we all agree?
Actually, wait, are you the Rat Queens of Cascasaria?
We're the Rat Queen's impersonators.
Of
Palisade.
Kirstine.
Guys,
Christine.
she is clearly a woman of taste and knowledge. She knows what the Rat Queens are. We're the Rat Queens. We've been in Cascasaria from Palisade. Here on a mission. It's very important.
Wow, here on a mission. Wow, I don't know if. What are you here for?
We're here on a mission of
It's secret.
celebrating
Friendship.
our friend
Bachelorette
who's getting
party.
married. Bachelorette party.
well-
To Sawyer forever and
I'm
ever.
confused. I thought we were being for
Yeah,
something.
I'm sorry.
I
I
don't know what's happening.
can't decide either. I'm
I
leaning
can't
more
decide.
towards not.
Oh,
I thought we were
really?
too, but then we all agreed.
Yeah.
I think if you wanted a bachelorette party, you'd go to maybe, I don't know, Cascasaria. But hey, you know what? To each their own.
Well, we've been there.
That's true. If
Yep.
you've already been there. Then I guess Stridus is the next best thing. You have heard about the rise in crime.
Tell us what you know.
About the rise in crime.
Roll me 2d6 plus heart.
Okay, that's a 9.
You get to ask her one question.
What What do you know that would help us?
Look. Stridus has always been a town that's been targeted due to its history. Being founded and, well, being the city that holds the largest banks in all of the realm, it's fairly wealthy. They say it's even wealthier than Cascasaria, who I've heard is just sitting on loads of gambling money. So, it's not a surprise that crime would happen in a town that holds all the money, but this crime is different. Something not right about it. All we know is that we have to stay safe. If we stay indoors, we are protected. And that's all we've been told, and I trust it.
Protected from what? You hear anything weird happening outside, or?
Well, we see them. We see them, what they do to this town.
Them.
Look, I haven't... Look, I listen to the rules. As ballsy as I may be, I know the shit that's going down here is a little above my training and pay grade alone, and so I listen when I'm told to go hide, and when I'm told to stay indoors, I do it.
What is it? What are you seeing?
What have you heard rumors or anything?
It's these... Well, it's not your average thieves. Your average thieves would be after stores, or perhaps the banks themselves, trying to pull off some massive heist or something, or perhaps even an assassin sent to the military army of United Religions, because they're set up here as well. These things do something else. They're not after one set thing. They're almost erratic in nature, just attacking whatever is nearby. Listen, if I'm going to steal something, I'm going to steal something. If I'm going to commit a crime, I'm going to commit a crime. If you usually do something, it's for a result. It's for an action. This seems to be actionless.
So sort of like chaos.
Yeah, that's a good word for it. They really don't act without any kind of direction.
Any chance you've seen their eyes?
Do they inhabit bodies? Do they have bodies or?
Well, they have bodies, all right. Yeah, they're running all around town.
What do their eyes look like?
Well, I haven't seen them. Haven't gotten that close.
Well,
luckily.
Did you say riding around?
Running around.
Okay. They're on horses of use, real mobile.
She was trying to...
more drinks.
More drinks.
More drinks.
Oh, yeah. These drinks are good drinks.
More on you.
More drink. Roll me 2d6 plus heart.
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 Total success.
Wow.
11.
Wow.
Strange.
More drinks on me.
Yay.
And maybe even a room.
You're great.
Oh,
I like you, ladies.
Oh,
Yay.
we like you too.
As
Well,
Kathiri goes back behind the counter and starts to prepare more drinks, suddenly, from outside, you start to hear almost the distant yells of people, this kind of distant clamoring. Kind of notice it at first. Perhaps it's a scuffle happening by the port. Perhaps it's just people getting into a fight near the nearby alley. As Kathiri said, you're not on the best part of Stridus, though it is a metropolitan haven. However, these yells and screams and commotion tends to get louder and louder until you start hearing the screams of people screaming, "Run, get out of the way, get indoors now." As you all turn and look out the window and you see this crowd of people just pushing past each other, almost in a mad fury, making their way down the street as fast as humanly possible. What do?
I go outside.
Braga, you go outside?
Yeah, I mean, once the crowd's I'm not gonna run into
Yeah,
a crowd of people.
you're not gonna.
So can we just peek out the door a little bit first?
That's not what I do.
Okay.
You could do that. That's not what I do.
I peek out the door after Braga leaves out of it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna peek out too.
There is a big
Unless
window.
you guys try to stop me.
I'm just going to go with Braga.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna peek out, but also draw my scimitar just in case.
Great.
And my shield.
I'm gonna stand outside. I'm gonna hold my axe ready. Just
Yeah,
in case.
I got sword that Braga
We're
saved.
kind of like legioned up, back to back. a little
You're
bit.
back to back, kind of right
Flanked.
outside the door.
We're just sitting in the window drinking.
Sitting in the window drinking. As you hear from behind the bar, you hear Kathiri murmur, "Well, shit. You're about to see them in action."
As Braga and Violet, you suddenly see almost like these blurs just kind of coming towards you, almost running against the sides of walls, like jumping down. And as you look, the only thing that's familiar about them is their cloaks. They are wearing these white cloaks that are tattered, that fade into gray and have a unique kind of gray symbolism design down the middle. However, these ropes have been tattered and torn, almost made into just a top, as these two assailants wear just like baggy, ragged pants. As you see that their skin is entirely pale and white, and they have no eyes within their sockets.
Perf.
I had a feeling.
Wow.
As they start to just clamber on top of things, and as they notice you, they immediately charge towards you. What do you do?
I think we get ready to, if they come, like, to swing.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. And
You're looking at battle stance.
As you stand ready, Braga, you look at Violet. Violet, you look at Braga. And you feel a combo coming on.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me this combo.
All right.
This combo is...
I think because we were already kind of back to back, right? So I think we do almost like a phalanx type thing where we kind of like spin around like together, like we move and pace together, and like kind of like have our weapons out. So we almost do like a whirlwind chop around whatever's coming at us.
I would say it's the whirlwind chop 17, because we've done this now. This will be the 17th time.
We've done it 17. We've done 16 times before, and this is 17.
This will be the 17th.
Yeah.
The whirlwind,
and it's good because like I'm tall and she's short, so we actually like it's a good attack because like I can get the taller one, she can get the I get the neck, she gets the legs.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So with the whirlwind chop 17. You proceed, you suddenly see this whirlwind spin as with your axe and blades in tandem. You are able to come into contact with the closest the closest fiend that is closest to you. And as soon as your blades hit, it severs a wrist and it severs an elbow. Ooh. There is no blood. There is no nothing. These limbs just simply fall to the ground. As the other creature, the other terror, has now kind of crawled up on a barrel and then begins to screech at you. Almost these words, this mouth is opening, but it's not these human words that are coming out. It's not a human or any kind of language that's coming out. As the other one just kind of starts to look towards its arms. And as the one on the barrel leaps towards you, suddenly you see this bolt of brilliant white energy pierce through this fiend, and he just explodes into dust.
Did we do that?
I didn't do it. Okay.
Is it D? Was that you?
No, I wish.
I think that's probably just a repercussion of the whirlwind.
Yeah. Yeah.
17.
That never happened the other 16 times, and this could be the one, I guess.
Could have been because we perfected it.
And from down the street, you start to hear applauding and cheering.
Oh, we were pretty good.
As someone exclaims, "Oh, Bilford Boggin be praised! The monarchs are here!" As you see from atop of this roof, descending down are 5 fearsome-looking warriors. As they land on the ground, there's almost this explosion of glitter as they land. Standing there is a tiefling sorceress, a dwarven fighter, a smidgen rogue, a human cleric, and an orc bard. They are all dressed in these black uniforms with gold and orange embellishments on them, accented with silver armor. They all smile at each other, congratulating one another, putting each other's arms on each other. And you notice that each of their belt buckles is a butterfly.
What in the actual Bilford Boggins is that?
And that is where we will leave tonight's episode. Who are the monarchs? What is happening in this town? the town of Stridus. We will just have to find out, not next week, not at Gen Con, but the following week on the Rat Queens RPG. Ooh, I'm very excited to see what happens next. Thank you all so much for joining us. And I know we did just reach 500. I will be giving, I will start off next week with a little bit of a plot element. I'll give a little bit of a GM tease, a GM tease.
You did murder someone this week, so that you did a pretty good GM move.
It was not what you promised.
That was not what I promised. That's just GM being GM.
Yeah.
So thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Thank you to everyone who's been talking about the show with the Rat Queens hashtag. This show is so much fun to do here, and thank you all so much for going on this journey with us. We can't do what we do up here without you, and you know what? This show would not be what it is without you being here with us and you giving us these amazing NPCs and these amazing characters. We are definitely going to see more of the characters that you tipped for tonight. They are all amazing. I'm so excited to play with them. I already have amazing ideas for them in this arc. So that being said, let's go ahead and thank those who made tonight possible. PR Fan 2002.
PR Fan 2002.
Zalron 23.
Zalron 23.
Damoon Rules.
Damoon Rules.
J Pistol.
J Pistol.
Metsu's Phantom.
Metsu's Phantom.
Super Mega Ultra Hyper Force.
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 And Super Mega Ultra Hyper Force.
And Super Mega Ultra Hyper Force.
Zalron 23.
Zalron 23.
Peak 1.
Peak 1.
Krosos Gamer.
Krosos Gamer.
J Pistol.
J Pistol.
Zalron 23.
Zalron 23.
Doomsday Danny.
Doomsday Danny.
And J Pistol.
J Pistol.
Ladies and gentlemen, like I said earlier, thank you so much for joining us. We cannot wait to see you at Gen Con next week. It's going to be so much fun doing this live show with you. But before then, there's so many amazing things to catch on Hyper RPG. Tomorrow night, it's Warhammer 40k Kill Team. I believe from what Scott said last night, it's robots versus robots, which you know can only end one way with robots. So definitely tune in for that. Friday, we've got Troll Hunters, some more fun adventures there. This Saturday is a very baby. It's the mini hyperdrive. It's the hyperdrive pint. It's pint-sized hyperdrive. And be sure to tune into that. It's going to be a super duper fun blast. There's a bunch of, I've heard inklings of what these shows are going to be. Make sure you tune in on Saturday. Then, of course, Monday, Kolok 1991. I believe it's the finale.
Wow.
I think it's that finale episode, possibly.
Season 1.
I think it's season 1, yeah. And then, of course, on Tuesday is Bloodcurdling Tales in Time. Thank you all so much for joining us. Real quick around the table, where can people find you just immediately?
At Jessica Lynn Verdi on Instagram, at Jessica Verdi Twitter.
You can find me everywhere on the internet at I Am Tree Bunny, and I also have a weekly podcast called Senpai Buddies, a comedy podcast about Asian nonsense news.
And you can find me at Laurie Michelle J on Twitter and Laurie Michelle Jones on Instagram.
Riley J. Silverman on Twitter and Riley Silverman on Instagram. We'll see you at Gen Con.
I am at Eliza Pearl on both Twitter and Instagrams.
And I'm Frankly_Emily with an extra on Twitter, extra underscore on Instagram. Thank you all so much for joining us. We cannot wait to see you at Gen Con next week. What are your theories about this next arc? I'd love to know who are the monarchs, what all's happening with the magical army of united religions, what all mysteries lie in store. And yes, I did kill a major character and I'm willing to kill some more. So jump in the Discord. We'd love to hear what you think. And thank you so much for sharing Rat Queens with your friends. And until next Wednesday at Gen Con, keep adventuring, my queens.